Hello, one and all, and welcome to Loja. It is now time for another episode of the Orville RPG. The adventure continues right now. And before I bring on the guest, I do want to address Mr. Mike Turoff, who asked a great question. Let me just find it right here. So when are we going to get some good news about another season? Well, I have great news about another season of the Orville. It's not public news, but privately, and now you're part of the private conversation. The Orville has been picked up for a fourth season. We are just waiting for all the content that Seth MacFarlane is contractually obligated to fulfill, to finish before he gets back on set. It'll be a new set, I'm sure. And they start putting together a fourth season of the Orville. The news I want to know about is, are they going to get a fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth season and beyond of the Orville? I hope we do. But right now, I'm just happy to know that we are getting a fourth season. And I can't wait until they let everybody know. And I'm going to let everybody know right now. We're going to start this adventure with the heroes, your heroes. We have Alexis Poorman. We have Charles Chaz. Say that 5 times fast. And our quantum master, Woody, Cyber Symbiosis. What is going on, everybody?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Welcome.
I'm binomial.
You're binomial. That's good. I'm trinomial. So what you gonna do about that? You just can't see it on the screen. Well, I guess you can. There's 3 words up there. J. Pulio, Retepsian Pilot. What's going on, guys? Where did we leave off, Woody, in our previous episode?
The recap. Yes, well, last episode, so for anyone who's joining us, by the way, brand new, so Alex and I have a comic book company, / RPG company called Miniature Dragon Publishing. And we have recently put out this book, there we go. Yes, the role-playing game tie-in with our flagship comic book series, Cyber Symbiosis. And we are using that game to play the Orville. We're playtesting a bunch of sci-fi content I've written. And so, yeah, sadly, it's not official. It may or may not be at someday in the future, who's to say. But yes, and so this game is completely 5e compatible. So if you know how to play Dungeons and Dragons, you know how to play this. Yes. Can we get a recap of a recap? Yes, we will do that recap. So last week, actually, is the ongoing story. That's true. Most of these are weekly. Okay, so these guys were part of a crew of a ship called the Redenbacher, which is an escort class ship, and it ended up being boarded during a space battle by Kalon during the Kalon War, which is the time period you were at between seasons 2 and 3, and they were forced to take refuge on a nearby planet. Alex here is playing our space pirate. We have JP and Chaz are the Planetary Union crew that survived the attack, and they are now in an uneasy alliance, or easy. We'll see how that goes. And Alex's character, can we get it? Yes, I'm working on it. Alex's character happens to have business assets on this planet, as it turns out, and you guys are traveling north towards a mountain where half of a battle cruiser, a Planetary Union heavy cruiser, crashed in the mountains. And after a series of misadventures, you guys have found yourselves at a tavern. You are several days still from reaching the destination, but while having dinner and drinks in the evening before turning in to your room, you overheard the locals talking about a rumor of a strange reptilian creature with white skin that they believe is running around killing people and livestock.
I still say that it's a chupacabra.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a space chupacabra.
Space chupacabra, yes.
Oh my
and
goodness.
So as we begin, you guys are sitting in the tavern, and you've just received this news, and you both look around, and there's the suspicion that it might actually be a krill. And as we focus on this on you guys together on the table, the camera pans out into the night, showing the town in the evening with all the windows being illuminated with firelight and lanterns. And in the darkness of the sky, we see Tales from the Union episode 3 flash across the screen.
Nice.
And then
good.
we come back to you guys.
All right, let's do it. We got to find our friends. They crash landed up in the mountains. We need to get to them. We've been put back in our plans long enough. What are we going to do, you guys?
Well, there was a Krill observer on board your ship, and a small number of Krill crew who were part of that detachment for diplomatic reasons. And there were a number of Krill ships that were attacked and destroyed during the battle as well. And any number of them could have also landed on this planet. As a reminder, on the battle you guys were taking place in was a team up against the Kalon between the Krill and Planetary Union. So currently, you guys are allies.
Okay, but like Barry says, it's a uneasily easy alliance.
Yeah.
And it's easily uneasy as well.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. Nothing was formalized. The thought was this combined mission might go a long way towards forming stronger bonds, forged in the fires of war. But right now, you guys are getting ready to turn in for the night. But there is this news, and heading out into the night right now would probably make the most sense if it's a Krill, but that also runs the risk of not having enough sleep.
Oh goodness! Well, this seems like a might be a dangerous situation. It might be something we need to investigate before we try to get some rest. If there's a Krill on the loose, we need to figure it out. But what do you guys think?
No, I definitely agree with that, J-Pool. The biggest thing is, the locals might definitely see this Krill, this chupacabra, whatever it might be, as a potential threat or as a monster. The biggest thing is, like, if it is actually, one of your allies and whatnot, should definitely see about getting it. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, on one hand, we don't need to waste time with wild goose chases, but at the same aspect, with everything that did happen, we should probably check it out.
Well, if they're part of our alliance, so to speak, they might help us. They might help us get technology to make our trek go more quickly. Some weapons, tools. It might be a good thing to find this person.
Well, what say you, Benny?
Well, if he is a Krill, he's sort of on our side, and at least for diplomatic relations, we got to get hold of him and get him to stop killing cattle. If he's killing cattle just to survive.
Yeah, he might, or he or she might need help.
Yeah. Now, question: how much sleep does Benny need?
That's a good question, and they never really established that. I mean, your cells need energy, and they definitely going to need to recuperate. I mean,
so maybe it's
even
like
Odo,
space elves,
Yeah, even Odo needed a rest period, right? So, that's a good question. You're probably going to need, well, just in the interest of simplicity, would say it would be comparable to what humans require. Your central nervous system is probably simpler, so maybe you don't need as much. Maybe 6 hours would be like 8 hours to a human.
Okay.
You don't have a heart, you don't have all these internal organs, you probably don't. Your nutritional needs are probably much more simple.
Okay. And also the magic of the difference between like gaming and real life, where wow, how magical the fact of getting 8 hours of actual sleep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I say we investigate. Let's find this hopeful ally that might have some tools for us, some resources.
We can sleep in the morning.
Yeah, and plus we're all young, strapping young lads, so I mean we can handle it.
Yeah, young military officers between the ages of 22 and 28.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean it's
All right.
obvious, but
Yeah.
Right. In comparison to the players, but
Yeah.
actually,
Yes.
this might be a good opportunity for individuals getting into the show, and just as a friendly reminder, some of the pictures based off of everybody's characters.
It's me.
nice. That's great.
Yeah, you're gonna have to draw a krill now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And make the krill look like Woody.
What?
You know what?
you know,
I like
You
this
got to get a
plan.
picture too.
Well, the krill is an NPC.
There you go.
If you've ever like a lot of RPG live stream shows, they end up having like when they do like cutaways to actual stuff, they end up having the game master play every NPC. So
Well, so far that's been the case for the most part.
yeah, it is. Yeah, they even did that on the Critical Role cartoon, where like a lot of the NPCs look like Matt Mercer.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, how do we get started in our investigation?
Well, that's a good question. So, from listening in on the conversations, it sounds like the people are getting really concerned, and they don't think that the local Legionnaires are doing anything effective. And there's talk about taking matters in their own hands. And they're currently the discussion is leading in the direction of, at first light, they're going to put together essentially a posse and start scouring the countryside for this thing, because it's not a legend to them. They are 100% certain that this thing is real, and
we don't want them to put us or themselves or our possible ally in danger. But I have a charming demeanor. Maybe I can convince them otherwise.
Yeah. Well, between Jay Pulio and me, we got really good charisma stats. We should be able to, talk them down. At least tell them to wait until the morning, because we have our own theory, and because we're actually military people, we're willing to take the risk for the civilians and go out there and find this thing and deal with it one way or the other.
Well, from listening to some of like the tales that have been told, right, it sounds like you've got a game of telephone going on where, even for the krill, some of these things are sounding a little bit exaggerated, because they're kind of a shoot first, don't ask questions later mentality. And but like from what you're hearing, like if it's just one krill, this is a lot. Like 13 head of cattle slaughtered, someone's daughter violated, like all these, there is some fanning of the flames going on, and people are getting really fired up. They're drinking, and there's a lot of local anger, and perhaps the Legionnaires are actually giving the amount of effort equal to what's actually happened. So
which would probably be nothing's really happened.
Or they are searching for it, but like it's only been like one incident, and it's not as bad as these people are thinking it is.
Hey, actually, how about it, JP and Benny? How about we give them some misdirection, like give them a wild goose chase, and then tonight we actually go on out, steer them into the wrong direction of like an area that isn't actually going to be like any chance of like actually going.
Yeah, I like that idea, because also not only are we steering them away from the danger, but also we're tiring them out by giving them something to do.
The only problem with that plan is you actually don't yet know where this krill would be.
Well, does that really matter? If we're going to send them on a wild goose chase, we could just take that risk.
I will say that there is a small percentage chance that you actually steer them in the right direction.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by the small risk.
So we need information. We don't even know where to start our investigation.
Well, there are a few things that you can't assume about a krill, because they are going to be burned by sunlight. Yeah. And this isn't an unusual star. This is like a standard star of its planet, so it's not like they're going to be okay outside. So if this krill needs to take cover inside, there's that limits your search parameters significantly.
Either like
To a cave or something.
caves,
Yeah.
Big barns, or things where they can basically rest during the day.
Yeah.
I would imagine
we
is probably their biggest.
Yeah, we find out where the nearest caves are, and then we send the crowd in the opposite direction.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, go over there to Farmer Johnson's field.
Actually, the way that
he's hiding out over there.
Actually, the way that we initially came, before this town and whatnot, because like it didn't seem like we were coming across any kind of thing when we were traveling to this town. So if we maybe at least use that way of saying like, oh, we came this way and, here's this wild goose chase that we're going to send them that way. We didn't see any like slaughtered cattle and defiled sheep and various other stuff going that way. So
no, that. No, yeah, no.
How about that as a potential plan?
Yeah. The two-headed sheep that you saw on the way here were not interfered with.
Oh, good.
Yeah. No, that is not terrible. So somebody did propose a plan that JP should use his Retepsian on them, though that might though potentially a lot of laughs. Doesn't necessarily convince them to go the direction you want them to go.
Oh, they'll be going every direction if I do that.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm probably still winding down
distracted
from the last time I used my Retepsian on the last guy.
You've got a few more days of heat ahead of you. You could easily infect people with your pheromones.
All right, I'll tell everybody, hey, put your hands in. We're all going to do go team. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go team. And then they start going.
Let's get it on.
Oh, well, that join the party. You can get more info on the creature. Barry Human has always got the good advice.
Yeah, good suggestion. Should we start asking people in the crowd what details they know?
You can absolutely do that.
Solid.
Let's find out. Also, we can find out where the group is planning on going, and then send them the opposite way.
Yeah, there is a group sitting at a table getting very angry, and they've got lots of drinks. They got their bowl of snack chips and their hot wings, and they're eating while they just discuss their plans for tomorrow. It would be not difficult to bring a chair over and have a seat. The question is, which one of you is going to do it? Again, the risk of sending Jay Pulio over there is great.
Oh, that's true. It's going to be one of you guys because if they get a whiff of me or they get too close to me or hey, buddy, how's it going? There's going to be some problems. They're going to get all Retepsianed up.
Yep. Yeah, they'll be drunk on something else.
Since I do speak part of their native language, I could go over unless you want to do that, Benny.
Well, I don't know that they're going to know who I am that way. I mean, the bartender kind of had a weird reaction to Benny.
Yeah,
when he first saw Benny.
But they're not bringing out the pitchforks and torches about you either. Yeah. You're just weird.
Yeah. But also Cheshire has been everybody seems to like Cheshire, everyone on the planet.
Yeah.
Well, so they might have a better chance.
Space pirates are not an unusual thing here. So the people are like, okay, yeah, it's just strange creatures. It's
they're not are they playing any kind of card game or any kind of local gambling game? At this table where you're talking about?
No, it's
or they're
more
just
like
sitting there drinking and yapping.
Yeah, they're drinking and yapping, making plans. Okay, hold on. Am I pronouncing Barry's name? It says pronounce you as a W for my last name, Barry Howman.
Howman.
Well, see, when I say Human, I'm thinking of what the Ferengi used to say to how they would call humans on DS9. It's a Human. Anyways,
play Damjat Human.
Yes. Yeah, I confront. All right. So, Alex, you the one going to go over there?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. You pull your chair, take a seat, and they all stop and look at you. The whole group, like 6 guys, are eyes on you immediately.
And in their native language, say, I've been overhearing your problem. So what exactly is this creature?
And one of them speaks up as he takes a step and he puts a tankard down and says, "It is a terrible, terrible monster. Legionnaires are doing nothing. We are going to deal with it ourselves."
You know, that is very disappointing that the Legionnaires aren't stepping up. I mean, after all, anyways, doesn't matter. Been dealing enough with that with the capital. Regale me a little bit about the creature. When was it first seen?
It was seen 2 days ago out in the forest. And then the next time we saw it, it was it was encountered in a barn. And one of the young girls happened to discover it in the morning, feasting upon a cattle, or whatever the equivalent creature would be here. But yes, it was
okay. The space
terrible.
bovine.
Yes, exactly. The spovine.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So yes, the monster fled when she screamed, and there have been 2 other sightings as well.
How far apart from each other?
The most recent one was just last night, right before sunrise. It attacked and grievously wounded one of our people.
Mm.
This cannot stand. Should we wait until one of us is murdered?
No.
Or eaten?
Was your companion severely injured, or
Oh,
is
very.
your companion dead?
No, he is clinging to life in the House of Healing right now.
All right. Good to know. So the last time that you saw it was last night.
Right before sunrise is the way the story goes. He was it was hard for our friend to relay the story. Right now he's being kept blissfully asleep by the healer while they struggle to save him.
What does this monstrosity look like, and what color is it?
We know that it is white as bone. We believe it is covered in thick scales, massive claws. Large hulking monstrosity. It's terrifying to view.
Scales like the Draco horses.
Yes, but white. Yeah, to guarantee to stare into its eyes would threaten the sanctity of your soul.
Hey, Cheshire, ask him if there's any caves nearby.
A text message pops up on your palm scanner.
It's space hand gestures.
So within this local area, is there any place where the foul beast could hide, like cavernous or anything like that?
There are some caves to the east, for sure. Do you think that is the place to find it? Because we were going to scour the forests around the farms. It seems to be encountered more towards our livestock. That. Yes.
How far is the caves to the east?
They are a couple of miles. There are some cliffs and a local lake.
Okay, so it's a bit of a trek from here,
yes.
though.
Well, the caves. Yeah. Well, one of the men peps up says yes. The caves were actually part of a mine that we had, but somebody accidentally flooded it out with water from the lake, so we lost the mine. It was terrible for the local economy.
No, understandable. I'm very sorry to hear that. No, I don't know what this monster is, but it might be something from the heavens above. So if it is something that doesn't come from your place, me and my crew will definitely see about hunting it down.
And one of them speaks up, says, "Are you suggesting that your space pirates lost one of the creatures they were selling to the arena?"
Goes, I have no idea what exactly it is, but I don't think it's something natural.
And then one of the guys says, "I'd hate to think we'd have to hold you accountable, stranger."
It goes, well, I can definitely say this. I'd be more than happy to help you, fine gentlemen, see about getting this monstrosity out.
Well,
Whatever it is.
Well, the
I'm
original
hoping
guy
that
said,
it's just some local urban legend, but at the same time, it seems quite potentially dire.
well, the first guy says, "Well, the more the merrier. If we could have the benefit of your alien weapons, that would improve our chances. We would prefer not to lose any more good men."
It was, so your plan was to definitely scour through the forest.
We have many men willing to participate. We're going to get this thing. The hunters are with us. If it walks, we will find it.
Well, hopefully it walks
I'm gonna
and
send a
doesn't do
message.
anything else.
I'm gonna
Check
send
the
a
message.
communique.
What's
While
the
they go to
message?
the forest, we got to go to the caves. That if it's a krill, it's definitely going to be in the caves.
All right. So we will definitely see about assisting, especially if we have more individuals between you and the Hunters Guild, and then me and my crew. We can definitely see about finding this beastie.
Well, the more the merrier.
So the plan is to definitely go through the forest. And how much of an area can you and your posse basically go through?
Miles.
All right, good.
No, we will. We set out at dawn.
All right, sounds quite good. You guys will go out at dawn, and we'll definitely see about. We're gonna head out a little bit before that, just to be a front end scouting party.
Very good.
Communication. Wait, real quick. Communication. If they go out at dawn, the creature, if it's a krill, and it sounds like it is, definitely won't be in the forest. They will be in the caves to hide from the sunlight. Because if they hit sunlight, they touch sunlight, they'll burn up. So the caves sounds like the right place to go.
I text you on back, and put yeah, I'm definitely giving them the wild goose chase, but at the same time saying that we're helping them.
Nice.
The main guy you've been talking to looks over and
Happy
says,
emoji.
He says, "What?
Kitty face.
What is that? What is that strange device, friend?"
Goes. It helps. Me contact part of my crew and go over messaging.
They're right over there at their own table.
Goes. That's not all of them.
Okay. Well, you win this round. Anyways.
Booyah.
All right. Anything else, Alex?
So I will say to them, if we'll get this, we'll make sure that your lands are safe.
Yeah, I'll give you a little
cattle unmolested.
Yeah.
And your women well protected.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. I go back to the table.
Let's not make any promises on the cattle.
Well, that
fair point.
That is how centaurs were made.
There you go.
Yeah, if you've ever read Piers Anthony, yeah.
Well, fecal matter from a bovine's rectum. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, go back to the table.
By the way, if you want to see a fun cow, look at the from of the cows from Scrap Mechanic. They have nice things on their head. All right. So team,
should we see about heading out now, since we'll have a bit of time, or should we wait closer to dawn and at least get a bit of slumber?
I would say we sneak out. I think we can handle not getting to sleep.
Well, if you guys basically just crash in your rooms for 4 hours, just to get like just to keep yourselves energized, because you got alarms on your devices to wake you up, you could easily get out in the middle of the night and nobody would see you leave. So and you'd at least have a little bit of sleep, so you're not sucking fumes constantly.
Yeah, suggest that with bigger and words that Woody just used.
But I just replicated a space Red Bull. Man. All right, let's try it out. Let's get a couple hours rest, and then we'll set out a couple hours before the crazy town folk do, and then we'll get a head start.
So how many hours of sleep do you guys want to get before you head out?
I think 4 is good.
Sounds...
4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Boop, boop, boop. All right, everybody go to sleep, and then audience just count to 4 hours in your head, and then once it's time is up, just talk in the chat, wake us up, and then we'll start going.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I just had the thought that you could have a major flood in narcolepsy, and one of you guys can't stay awake. Okay, so flash forward. We got 4 hours go by, and you guys are in your rooms. Your alarms go off, and you guys struggle to wake up. Somebody dispenses these stimulant pills from the medical kit, and
you mean the 3D printed Red Bulls?
Yeah, exactly. And
from the scanner says this is complete toxic.
Yeah, we went through all that, and you replicated Twinkie. So okay, there. When you guys get up, everybody, is long gone from the tavern or just asleep. Getting out.
Maybe they're sleeping off. They've been drinking a lot. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hopefully they don't even get up in the morning for the.
Yeah, that does seem like a rather aggressive goal. And so, but you guys step out in the night, and you've got a partial moon to illuminate, and you guys, of course, have your flashlights. So, as far as like heading out, like bring up the scanners, getting it to do kind of a scan, and kind of like getting a topographical map of the area. It's not going to go so far. You'd have to be up in the air to get a good shot of it. But and Alex probably would have. Alex, why don't you give me an intellect check to see if you have any familiarity with the area?
Okay.
Because admittedly, a lot of your getting around would have been on ships, so you might not have actually been here before, but you may have seen maps.
I get around on spaceships.
Yeah, you do.
15.
Okay. I just realized something else. Jay Pulio could put on a jetpack and fly up and get an overhead scan.
Yes, I can.
Let's
just go to that page.
Okay, so we're not going to make you roll for the jetpack because it would be like it's a simple up and down. The only time we really mess around with skill checks is when there's a crisis or a risk or some consequence. In this case, you're just flying up in the air, running the scanner over the area, and then coming back. And so that would give you guys a rough map outline of the area, and you definitely would give you a pretty decent idea of where the lake is. And so, yeah, it's about a 2-mile walk outside of town to I believe I said to the east, and he's got some photographs of it, and you guys could definitely see the lake and the cliff side. The cliffs are on the north side of the lake. Pretty easy to access. You guys wouldn't take you long to get there on foot.
Though I would definitely suggest first of, should we definitely see about getting some like space cow flesh as maybe a way to attract the krill or chupacabra or whatever it is.
Are you?
I don't know if the krill would like that. I think they eat regular food, don't they?
Are you planning to kill a cow in the middle of the night? Slaughter it, take it. Yeah, space cow. Yeah, slaughter it. Take some of its meat, implicate the krill, and then leave to go find the krill.
I don't think it would work even if we did have it, because because I'm under the assumption there is no monster; it's just a krill person, and we just probably got to go over there and say, "Hey, krill," and then they'll look from wherever they're at, they'll see that we're Union and they'll come out.
Looks like we lost Alex a second. He'll be right back, I'm sure.
I gotta keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, looked like his internet was having a little trouble there for a bit.
Getting a little glitchy.
Yeah.
Can't we scan for life forms even with just a regular comm scanner?
You absolutely can. When you get closer, you'll be able to like if you're hitting a cave, if there's a life form in the cave, you'll definitely know.
Okay. That's a good plan. That's like a duh. Totally. That's what we got to do, and we'll be able to tell if there's a life form over there, and we won't have to waste time looking around.
Yep. Let me text Alex, make sure he's if everything is fine. See, he'll, because I think there was one time where he had trouble getting back in when this happened. So we'll give it a second. Okay, so but we'll keep things moving in the meantime. So
he'll beam in.
Yes, he will. Okay, so you guys, let's see. Yeah, I say he's got connectivity problems. He will be along. So yeah, so you guys get moving and hike east, and it doesn't take long before you guys actually do see the caves up ahead and the lake. So run over there. Yeah. So as far as like when do you want to start scanning for the area? You're pretty much going to do it the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you do detect with your scanner that they're, like in terms of like life forms, the place is pretty active. There are a lot of, like you're detecting nocturnal hunters and, various small life forms, but nothing really big. It does seem that most of the creatures you're detecting are just avoiding you guys. Like they're not particularly interested in humanoids.
Can we refine the search to actually pinpoint a krill? Because we have krill life
I think
readings in our system, I'm sure.
I think that is a reasonable request, and so, but like the immediate area of the scanner would be like 1,000 feet, and you're not detecting in any krill, so it would have to be going into the caves and just kind of like see what sort of trouble you run into.
Yeah, I said we go in, Benny. What do you think?
Yeah.
Well,
let's
no
go.
ice spiders in there or anything.
Well, there wouldn't be ice spiders, most likely. It's not a frigid environment.
This is not a Lucasfilm production.
Yeah.
No.
All I know is every time in a game I've ever gone into a cave, it's always had spiders in it. Giant spiders every time.
Well,
and they scare me.
Giant spiders are awesome.
They are.
Oh, we got Alex back.
All right. Wah.
So, oh shoot! You know what? I just realized something. There's something I actually forgot. We got to pause a second, guys. Okay. So, based upon my notes here, you guys actually should all be at level 3 now.
All right.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
And are we getting one perk point, so to speak, per level?
No, that's gonna be at level 4. We're just gonna play standard.
Oh, okay, all right.
That was testing rules, and we're not doing that this time. So let me help you guys out a little bit, because the level up actually will be really quite fast. Sorry, I had meant to do that at the start of the night, and or start the session, and kind of got all in the excitement of starting the game. I kind of forgot. Okay, Alex, you're playing command, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can take 5 hit points or a D8 plus, whatever your endurance bonus would be.
I'll just go with 5 plus my 1
plus your endurance. Okay, so your character gets the Galactic History class feature. Spider crabs, I love that. Oh, somebody said there'll be spider crabs. Yeah.
There's a special space shampoo for that.
Yes. So yeah. So your Galactic History class feature basically just gives you lots more knowledge about what's happening out there.
I got your.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so engineering division. Let's see. Engineering division. Oh, you get the jury rig ability, Chaz.
Nice.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
that.
And then it'll be a little better, most likely. But okay, so and then somebody is operations division as a pilot. What do we get? Level 3. Oh, you get special proficiency. Okay. Let's see. All right. Where is that? Where's special proficiency? Oh, what am I missing? Okay, so okay, so JP, you get skill points.
Okay.
You get 2 skill points, and you can spend a skill point to add a D4 to any skill or profession that you roll.
So I can pick.
Well, what it is like every time you roll on one of the skill list, doesn't matter if you're proficient, you can add a D4 to it. So, for example, if you weren't proficient in stealth, you could apply this as a stealth bonus. If you apply it to a profession, you have to be proficient in the profession. But it allows you to get an extra D4 to various skill checks.
Okay, I got the whole list of skills right here.
Yeah, so it's a special class feature where you just get two skill points that reset every day, and each one's good for a bonus of a D4.
Okay. Do you need me to do something right now?
Just remember you have it.
Okay.
You can make note of it in the book at some point, later.
So like if something happens and I'm like, oh, I wish I had this, I can roll to try to get it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And it stacks with anything you're already proficient with, so you could get an extra. You could be rolling 2d4 on something.
Okay.
For example, while trying to control a chariot, or trying to persuade somebody, or lie really well, or hide better, or use streetwise. Any number of cool skills.
Okay. I wrote it down that I can roll for a skill if it comes in handy.
Yep. Okay, cool. And then you also get some more hit points, by the way. I believe okay, so did I do the same thing for engineering? Okay, so JP and Chaz, you guys do you want to roll for hit points or just take the base? Like
I took the base of 5 plus 1, 6.
Okay, so JP, if you just want to take the flat rate, you get 5 extra hit points plus your endurance bonus.
Oh, but I haven't rolled anything today. I kind of want to take the chance.
Okay, if you take the chance, you might roll a 1, but you also could roll an 8.
I know. Well, which die am I rolling?
You're rolling the D8, the one that looks diamond shaped.
Right there, I got it. Oh, this could be dangerous. So instead of 5, I'm going to get whatever this comes up.
Well, statistically, when you roll for hit points, you often get better off in the long run. But there will be levels where you don't roll well. So
that's happened to me before. All right, so I currently have 18 hit points, but let me see how many more I add to it. Right?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Everybody, blow on my bowl because that's where my dice is going to be rolling into.
All right.
Here we go. Whoa! Almost jumped out. 5.
Okay, good.
All for nothing.
Yeah. So you did.
I got the base.
You didn't lose anything. Okay, so you get 5 plus your endurance bonus, and I believe you took a perk that gave you more hit points.
Gosh, I don't know. Let me see here. You do a +5,
and then your endurance bonus adds on to that.
My endurance, the bonus is +2.
So you add +2 to your hit points, and I do recall we gave you a perk that gave you more hit points.
That sounds familiar. I don't know where I wrote that down at.
Well, let's see. What do we have here? You should have a perk list. I'm looking for which one it could be here. Was it Hit the Gym by any chance?
Let's see. Armor, personal, no. I think it's all the places I've written stuff down at. I don't see Hit the Gym, but it sounds familiar. Yeah, I remember we talked about that phrase.
Yeah, because I know that we got you a perk. Well, there is a page in there that keeps track of your perks.
Yeah, I must be missing it somewhere. Not seeing it, I mean.
Well, I am confident that we gave you something that gave you more hit points, JP. So let's just run the assumption. So add one more hit point, and we will sort it out later. I'd rather keep the game moving.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, boom. There we go. One more.
So what does that put your hit point total at now?
26.
Okay, so you are what we call the tank of the party.
You're damn right.
Yeah, because tanks have heavy armor. All right. So, all right. So very cool. Okay, so Alex, the part you missed is that they hiked east and they're they can now see the caves.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Barry Hellman says he remembers they hit the gym perk when they were making the character. And they did not go grab any flesh.
Yeah, I don't think it would work. If we're looking for a krill, we're not going to need it. And if it's an actual monster, leave it alone. We don't need it.
Yep. So, all right. So you guys can see the caves. There are multiple entrances, and they are, but they're up against the cliffs. There is a bit of a distance between the lake and where the caves are.
With wilderness, the skill, would it be able to see using that skill to find tracks or various other type of?
Yeah, the wilderness skill in this is identical to survival, so yeah, no problem.
Okay. Either one of you two fine gentlemen trained in wilderness.
Well, JP can now add an extra D4 to a wilderness skill check if he wants to improve his tracking.
So nobody else has tracking, right? And I
don't think I got it's wilderness towards
not as a proficiency, no.
Yeah, so the wilderness skill is used for tracking. So yeah, it isn't necessarily something that you guys prioritize being starship people.
Well, if you have wilderness, how about you use your wilderness, and then I'll save my proficiency for another jam we might get into.
I mean,
I think that's spot on.
Anyone can try, for sure. And it's actually based on the willpower stat. So obviously Jay Pulio has low willpower.
Yeah, it's true.
Because someone thought that was funny.
Should I go roll for it?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, Kevin Scott has a question. So you may not have been here when we started. No, it's not based on Traveler. It's actually based on this. This is an RPG that Alex and I did based on our comic series. It's 5e compatible, and we're using this as a base to run a Star Trek style game, or Orville style game, actually. We have a bunch of character classes I wrote. We're currently playtesting that in preparation for a book coming out next year, hopefully next year. But nope, totally 5e compatible sci-fi adventure.
We're adventurers.
Yes, you can actually get, if you're so if you've Kevin Scott 76, if you have backed the Patreon for JP, you'll be able to get a copy of the document we're using to make characters with. It has a lot of great stuff, and then you can also pick up the RPG on my website, miniaturedragon.com. So,
and if you become a patron and need help finding it, just send me a message over there, and I'll guide you right to it.
Yeah, we could also put it in the chat. But please support JP's Patreon, and you'll be able to get a copy of the document that we're using to play the Orville. So, Alex, what was your skill check?
17.
Very good. You do find footprints, and they actually are boot prints.
Oh,
so I'll point that out to the two of you.
Yeah, it's hard to say if they if these prints are from a krill or a Union officer, but they are definitely not the same.
But
kind
definitely
of
somebody's spacer.
Well, they're definitely a manufactured tread.
Well, that's what I mean by a spacer. Is like,
yes,
it's obviously not a local.
No, the kind of tread pattern is more like what would come from shoes that we would wear, as opposed to what the locals would manufacture.
Exclusively Nikes.
Yes, yeah,
Space Nikes.
yeah. Spikies.
A new sponsor of the stream, Nike.
Yeah,
just do it.
Exactly.
That's the theme for all Retepsians. Just do it.
That's definitely the theme for you.
So is it mostly one cave entrance, or is it multiple?
You guys see 3 at the angle you're at. There could be others. As I said, it was this was a.
But I mean the tracks.
Oh well, the tracks are definitely heading towards the caves, but it also you see tracks moving in multiple directions. They have come and gone from the caves.
Is there a main entrance that they are primarily going to? Like
Yes.
one of the 3 caves. So head towards that particular cave.
All right.
And I have a question for the wilderness tracker.
Yes.
Does it look like there's multiple size boot tracks or just one? Is it multiple trails or one trail? Because
was I able to decipher that?
At the moment, it looks like just the one. And in response to Barry's question, the skill points accumulate as you level up. They'll be equal to half his level rounded up. So at level 5, he'll get another one.
You know it.
But they reset every day. So, all right. So you guys gonna head into the cave?
As we're approaching,
yeah.
I'll say to the 2 of you of like, how should we approach? Should we actually make an announcement, or do you think there might actually be anything hostile in there?
I say we metaphorically knock first. Let our presence known, and if we don't hear anything, then we'll move deeper in.
Oh, okay. So go on up and get to the cave entrance, knock, and go, space housekeeping, please.
Yes, absolutely. Want some pheromones? Shall I pheromone you now?
Oh, hey, I took Krill as a language, so maybe I should, and since I'm supposed to be a little bit more impulsive while you 2 were talking about stuff, maybe I should just sort of ooze in there and start yelling out stuff in Krill.
I like that.
Come on, wherever you are.
Yeah, maybe you should start doing that without even asking us.
Yeah,
we're trying to figure it out. Yeah. Such a Benny thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. While you guys are yapping about what to do, I'm just going to ooze in there and start. Come out, wherever you are, in Krill.
That sounds good to me. That sounds like something a jelly would do.
All right. Well then, okay. So you're yapping like that, and then you do hear some sort of an echoing clicking sound within the cave. But
well, I guess there's the spider.
Yeah, but
No.
not an immediate response from like somebody going, yeah, but Krill would love it. You know, you don't get any of that.
Okay, can I detect any discernible pattern to the clicks?
It doesn't sound patterny, but maybe recording it. You know, you could try to do an analysis on your scanner. Yeah, it might be a clock. You don't know. Yeah, right.
They might just be trying to scare us off, make us think that they're an animal.
However, you guys are standing there talking, and you see Benny doing this. Are either of you going to intervene on this madness, or join him?
Well, do have a question, especially as languages go. So,
yes.
Because I know that we have translators and such. Is it one of those things where it has to be active all the time, or is it one of those like, do we actually understand him, or is it the fact of like you have to, turn this app on?
Well, okay. So as far as you guys comm scanners go, I mean, they're going to be good for a couple days of just regular use. Like if you just are using it occasionally for some projects, it goes to sleep. If you're using it to just to translate, it's probably going to use minimal power, right? So it's you guys are probably good for quite a while, just if you're not using your scanners too much. Eventually they'll have to be recharged. But like if you guys are just translating, it isn't going to draw much power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And since you brought extra guns, there's also options there for Benny to siphon power off the guns to recharge your scanners.
So that point, because like would have actually been able to understand what he was saying in that native language.
Yes, but you're not getting a language though from that. It just sounds like some sort of a strange noise, like
okay. So only what
creature.
Yeah, we don't know
only
if it's
what Benny is
voice.
saying.
Yeah.
Alex, I'm not in the chat. Somebody's asking for a link to the RPG book. Could you put a link to that in there? Just pull it from the website and just copy and paste the link.
And
yeah, absolutely.
Benny, could you just say, hey, just let them know, whatever might be in their know, that we're union officers, we're here to help, this and that, and see if that does anything for us.
Well, yep, but I'll be glad to do that. There's also one other thing I want to do. So first, I will, do as Jay Pulio has asked, and I will translate into Krill, that sort of thing. Hey, we're union officers. We're here to help you, if possible. Please, show yourself. And then what happens with that?
You broadcast that message or communicate it, but there is no response. It seems as if everything has gone still.
Okay, now those clicks that I heard, I took the amazing voice perk.
Okay.
So can I replicate those clicks?
Give me an intellect check.
Intellect check, okay. Oh no, I cannot replicate those clicks because I rolled a 1.
Okay, so
I'm just kind of
you try, and you end up replicating those clicks, but they're not quite the same. It's similar. It's as good as you can manage, but it's not flawless.
Okay, so what happens with that?
Well, you start hearing more clicks, and the clicks are getting closer and closer, and a creature emerges from the cave, and we all right, Chaz, we are going to post that to the. Okay, so we are using our Facebook to the Cyber Symbiosis Facebook page to keep.
We're using our Facebook and our indoor voice.
Yes, use a Facebook indoor voice. Yes. So what I have is I have a gallery that I've set up to keep track of photographs of things that are happening in the game, and I'm going to post a picture of the creature that you're encountering. Here we go. All right, it's going to be on the Facebook. If you guys are going to check it out, I am uploading it now. You can see all my posts in the background.
In chat, I just posted the link to.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you, Alex. Yes.
Lovely.
And GP.
It is a yes. It is a very large white insectoid creature.
That's not a krill.
No, that is not a krill.
No.
Nope.
Let me see what I can do to help here.
You guys are gonna have to give me a second. I need to stage a battle map so we can get into the action, because it looks like Benny may have duplicated its mating call or something.
Oh, geez.
And it might be less happy about that. So give me just a second to stage a few battle maps, and I will be right back.
Oh man.
Well, Benny,
look, I made things happen on the screen. Not with that thing. Space crab. I knew it. Go into a cave. Every time I've ever gone into a cave in an imaginary land, there's always been some sort of monster with lots of arms trying to get me.
Yeah. Is this a straight up fight or a bug hunt?
All right. It's a bug hunt.
It'll definitely be interesting to see like what happened to the krill or the union person that got into this cave, if they became a snackerfice.
Now also, let's not forget, this is a monster here, but I guarantee that monster does not wear boots.
Yeah.
So we got a red herring here. Maybe this is a friendly monster. But maybe we should just shoot it to find out.
Oh, I know. Just a little blasting. It's good.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm looking to see. I'm proficient at energy pistols. I don't see why we couldn't take this thing down with just regular. I mean, pretty easily with a weapon.
Well, it's probably, a little resistant to.
Yeah.
Plus, you have to hit the thing too.
Oh, we can hit this thing all at once.
Biggest question comes up is it only one?
That's true too. Might be a whole
Yeah.
family in there. I mean, it's kind of crab-like. What was someone said earlier? It's going to be crabs in there, or spider crabs in there. And there was, but yeah, where have you ever seen a crab where there wasn't a bunch of crabs?
Well, like Barry's thing of the spider worm.
No, so spider worm.
All right.
Definitely a snacker fries.
All right, we have one new picture I just posted showing the what the battle map's going to look like. Ooh, there we go. So what you'll see here, oh, that's not it. Okay, so we have a small bit of water, which is a section of the lake. We've got a cave entrance, and I've just threw the caves up. What the hell? And then we also have you guys standing off to the side, seeing Benny about to get munched on by whatever this thing is. A
What if it's
sacrifice.
allergic? What if it's
Oh my
allergic
God.
to Benny?
A sacrifice. Somebody earned an inspiration with that one. There we go.
There
Excellent.
we go.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
I said that earlier.
Now we get to indulge in another one of the hallowed traditions of RPGs. Rolling for initiative.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right. What do we do? What do we do?
Okay, so JP,
So
roll
your
D20
D20.
and agility.
I'm gonna use the blue one.
Because I had to change all the names because I don't want to be OGL for anyone that's curious.
Oh, 1.
Okay, you're going last. All right,
Useless.
Chad. Let's see if you can. I'll do. Okay, I just about to make the joke.
Well,
At my home game, there's a rule. I'm not allowed to say the phrase "don't fumble," which I just did, because every time I do, my friend
Yes.
Jeff fumbles.
Well, I fumbled.
We've got to come up with something else for you, like the Scottish play phrase. So
Yeah,
you've
exactly.
got to.
Well, whatever the case, Chaz,
Macdeath.
what do you got? Big
Well,
death.
after bonus is 20.
Oh, very good. Modified 20. Alex, what do you got?
17 plus 4, so 21.
21. Okay, good. What is our? I forgot to update that. Just a sec.
It was nice playing with you, Chaz, but you're gonna die.
Oh, I don't think so. I'm pretty high up on the initiative
maybe-
roll here.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably be able to like run away a little bit.
Yeah, or maybe you can goo him up or something.
All right, so that's okay. So yeah,
And remember, it's not running away; it's advancing in reverse.
Yes.
There you go.
Advancing
All
to
right.
the rear. Yes.
So Alex, you are going first. The creature is well within range. It's just emerged from the cave, and Benny is short, so you're not at any risk of hitting him.
All right. So I'm gonna.
Plus, I can get shorter.
Good
Oh
to
my
know.
God! Every single one of JP's chats shows his first fumble of the night.
Yeah. 1.
Yeah. Yes, tactical retreat indeed. All right.
I'm going to take the 2 pistols that I have, and I'm going to fire it at the creature.
Okay. Are you going to stay where you are, or change
Is
position?
that? I mean, I do have line of sight, and that thing to the left of Benny, is that
Yes.
like raised a raised area or what? What is
yes.
that?
What we're going to do is we're going to say that's a chunk of driftwood. It's a big driftwood tree that ended up being deposited there. So it is it is potentially cover.
Okay, actually, I'm going to go behind the driftwood and see about firing at the creature around it.
Alrighty. No problem. I need a better headset. All right, open fire, Alex.
Pew, pew.
All right, first one, I'm doubting that that's going to hit because... 9 total.
9, yeah. It ends up deflecting off the creature's carapace. The thing is not exactly sitting still, so it's not like every shot's going to be a dead on.
And the second one, 26 to hit with 20 on the dice.
That will definitely hit.
And do you do anything special on natural 20?
Did you roll natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay, well then if you roll natural 20, a natural 20 is a natural 20. So you are going to roll triple damage on that.
All right.
Because it's a gun. Yeah, if you roll natural 20, don't worry about your other bonuses. It's an auto hit. The only potential defense against natural 20 would be another natural 20.
Okay.
Depending upon how combat's resolving. So, all right, Alex.
15 points.
How much? 15 points. Very good. Oh, that. Okay. Well, the creature definitely felt that. It screams quite angrily and pissed off enough to make Benny ooze out a little bit. All right, Chaz. You said you had a modified 20.
Yep.
It's Benny's turn. You're staring down against a creature which is twice as pissed as it was before.
Okay, that's sort of that weird bluish area right behind Benny. Is that like a little lake or something?
That is part of the lake. Okay.
Now, just to the right of that is another darkish area. Is that like another fallen tree or something?
Yeah. That would be more driftwood. Let me pull the camera back just a little bit. I'll give you guys another picture that's a little kind of like gives you a little bit more of a wide angle view. And it also shows where Cheshire is. Let me update that. Okay, add photos and video, manage. There we go. Nope, this one. There we go. Nope, that was it actually. Okay, and next, and upload. So yeah, this will give you a little more of a wide shot on the area. And any second now. There we go.
There
you got it.
I see it. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There you go, Facebook. Again, I prefer to use camera, like still shots over video, because the problem with video is it's hard to get really close in on it, on what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've had the problem where players just can't tell where they are, and it's not very dynamic or exciting. So yeah,
I'm very happy with where I'm at.
Yeah,
I bet you are. So that thing to right, yeah, that'll be another driftwood log.
Okay,
if you wanted to dive over there for cover, you can.
These squares are 5 foot a piece, right?
Ish, yeah. I mean, like, unfortunately, the bases I have are HeroClick size, but yes, 5 feet base.
But Benny,
okay, one more question. Say, can I click on my force field, scoot over behind to where there's cover there, where we've been talking, where there's cover, and then get off a shot?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I'm doing then. I'm going to pop on my shield, my force field, get over here behind the debris to the right of Benny that we've been talking about, and pop off a shot.
Open fire.
Okay, well, that is 18.
18, that is definitely going to hit.
And I'm, okay, 2d6. Come on.
Plus your agility.
Agility. Okay, 2d6 plus 3 then.
Okay.
It's 8 total.
8 damage. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see. So that's going to be skip there. All right. So the monster. Well, I think it's going to go after you, Alex, because it is you're the one that caused the most damage, and
Yeah.
it moves up on you. You're going to have a +2 to your defense stat.
Plus
I
2.
hope you had turned on your force field.
Oops.
And it moves in and then comes down to bite at you with that with its mandibles. So let's see. Okay, so Alex, you were very lucky. You were able to duck for cover successfully, and using the log, and it takes a huge chunk out of the log with those mandibles, but it doesn't get you. But what it does do is it ends up picking up the log and then realizing it got the log instead and just drops it right in front of you, and the sand and dirt get kicked up like crazy. This creature is massively strong.
And I just want to remind everybody, I'm very happy with where I am.
All right, JP, it's your turn.
Oh, no. What do I got to do?
You could open fire on the monster. Yeah, Archfrey says you can talk.
So I can touch it and make it love me.
To Pirate Packs, we do all start at noon when we advertise it. So, yeah, don't trust YouTube. Just show up.
Yeah, I've learned that. Don't trust YouTube to get notifications because they only send out notifications to sometimes maybe just 10% of subscribers.
Yeah.
And they demonetize your channel.
Yeah.
But that's in a different campaign talking about that.
Yes, there's the YouTube treachery.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, Alex, you're up. What do you got? Oh, sorry, JP, you're asking.
Okay, so we've already shot it.
JP goes, yes.
So we've shot it 3 times, and this thing is still after us.
You shot twice, and it is still active. It's big enough that you can shoot at a creature without too much worry about hitting Cheshire.
I guess I should try to shoot it. If everyone else has tried to shoot it, I should probably make it a Triforce effort.
Yeah, Barry Hellman.
Am I rolling a D20?
Yep, plus a D4. Barry Hellman is advising you against letting it touch you because you don't want to fall in love.
Well, it might just be all puppy love.
Yeah.
Which one's the D4 again? The triangle?
Pyramid. It's the one you don't want to step on.
Okay, that's all of them, but okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Little pyramid.
Okay, 18
plus you definitely hit.
3.
You absolutely hit.
Take that, you dumb crab.
All right. Yeah, give me some damage. Rolling 2d6 plus your agility bonus.
Okay, my agility bonus is +2. 2d6s coming right up. And
remember to keep track how many shots you guys are using.
Okay. A 5 and a 3, so 8 plus 2.
8 damage. Okay. Oh, 8 plus 2 is 10 damage. Okay, cool. Okay. All right. Yeah, creature's taking some damage.
Is it bleeding a little bit? Because I would like that.
It's more scorch marks. But
I'll take it.
While you guys are fighting this thing, there is an energy blast that fires off from the disc from a different direction, and let me see. Yeah, definitely hits, and the creature takes a huge hit.
Yeah.
And that is going to be takes 24 damage.
Wow.
Die, you stupid crab.
And it screams in pain and collapses to the ground right in front of Cheshire.
Nice.
What if it's just a rabid dog on Krill? Like
maybe
from Krill.
So as you guys look around, there's no sign of what shot that weapon, but it was definitely not a plasma blaster. Wrong color.
Oh my goodness, what was that?
Now, does it look like? Did it seem like it was very far away?
Yeah, it was a longer distance shot. It's definitely far enough away that you guys can't see it in the immediate area.
If I yelled, could I raise my voice loud enough for maybe the whoever shot to hear it?
I'd say yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna speak in Krill, and I'm gonna announce the fact that we're Union officers.
Okay.
And we're here to possibly mount a rescue, meet up, to combine forces. And so what happens? What's the response to that?
Well, what happens is a shadowy figure steps out of the darkness and starts approaching you guys, but it stays as a further distance away. And you guys can definitely see it holding a rifle, and it's got the rifle in a obviously up as if it's protecting itself.
Yeah.
But it approaches, and it's about 50, 60 feet away. But in the light of the moonlight, it's not very well illuminated, and it says, "You're with the Union."
Yeah, but in what language? I mean,
it is speaking in what would be the common tongue, English, the English language. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll reply back. Yes.
You got a ship.
Well, all we have is a very badly damaged shuttle, right? So can we actually say we got a ship?
Yes or no? You
well.
We know where there's a ship crash.
Sort of.
We want to go.
Yeah, but that ship crash landed. We don't have a big long lasting ship. We have a little bitty shuttle that needs repairs.
That doesn't sound like that's much help.
No, that's that's one of the reasons why we kind of we're hoping this could be a peaceful transaction between us and you. Hoping we can help each other out.
Well, you hear a sigh, and the person puts the rifle down and comes closer. And as the approaches in the light, you definitely see the face of a krill. But he's
okay. I'm definitely gonna turn my force field off, holster my weapon.
Yeah.
Kind of come oozing out.
But he also looks hurt. Like the left side of his face has got a gash in it that's clearly not been treated properly, and his armor looks like it's got a combination of blaster burns on it and just cracks, and he seems to be limping. And he says, do I know you? I think you were on the ship I served on.
You were on the Redenbacher?
Yes. Were you?
Well, yeah. That's where we came from.
Well, at least that's something. And he limps over and just has a seat on a rock where you guys can get to him. It says, "I don't suppose you've got any medical supplies."
Yeah, we got We got med supplies.
I don't feel good.
So I'm going to whip out the med kit that got from the shuttle from the previous episode.
Okay, good. So your med kit from the shuttle will have healing injections that are going to be each injection is good for a D10 of healing, but you do have the issue where they would have to be adjusted for krill physiology.
So is that a medicine?
It would
medicine
be.
check.
Yeah, it absolutely would be. So JP has a skill point. He can certainly assist with this.
I get to whip out stuff now.
Yeah.
So and if I utilize
not that JP, not that.
Yeah.
And if I utilize issue orders, I could give an additional bonus.
Correct. If you wanted JP to do it, he would add the D4, and you can give him a +1 as well. Alternatively, if you feel more confident in your medical check, because it is going to be based on willpower, and JP's willpower ain't so high, he can help you and grant you the skill point.
Want to go
I've
for
got
it?
+2.
Sorry, what's
I've
that?
got +2 to medicine.
You do.
Actually,
Okay.
how about we
Yeah.
give it to Benny?
All right. Yeah, and then
then
Jay Pulio can grant his skill point to Benny.
I
Okay,
grant
so-
you, Benny. You're basically a salve. So, you know, you can put the salve on his wounds.
Yeah. You're a
So-
walking ointment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do I roll for that? D20 plus what?
Well, okay. So, are you proficient in medicine at all?
No.
Okay.
I
so
just
you're
got a
gonna-
+2.
Okay, so you're going to get your +2 plus a D4 from Jay Pulio.
So it's essentially it's a proficient roll.
For you at this point, yes. And then, you get an extra +1 because Alex could add his command into you as well.
Okay. Total of, after everything's all said and done, total of 18.
Okay, so you're feeling very confident that you've got an injection prepared for him.
You've had enough injections.
And you can choose how many of those. So you guys have 10 slots of injections with healing compound, up to each one's worth a D10 of healing. So how many of those do you want to use on this guy?
I'd want to say 2 maybe to start and see how he responds.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
So let me get my D10s here. There's one. There's another. Not much. 5.
5. Okay. Well, a 5 is something. It's enough to seal up the wound in his face, and he gets a little bit more of a healthy pale color.
Yeah. Oh, you're really. It's almost like an eggshell white.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
During this time,
he's more of an off-white.
During this time, I'm gonna head over to the bug creature,
Okay.
and I'm going to use my survival knife to hack its head off.
Okay. It is that would be a big mess because the thing is, look at the picture. That's pretty much the scale.
Yeah, I get it, but like,
Yeah.
I'll turn to them and say, well, we'll show the townsfolk this thing, so that way we don't show our new companion.
There you go.
All right.
And I want to know where the hell this thing came from.
Well, the Krill speaks up, says, I've seen more than one of those creatures since I was taking refuge here.
Woody,
Yes.
has my character ever seen these beasties?
You may have seen one in the arena, but a lot of the arena stuff has been dominated by the creatures that your crew is bringing to the planet. So it's tended towards more towards the exotic in the last few years. But he says, I do have a problem, however, in that I actually have been stuck in this area because I lost my helmet in the crash.
Oh, can we scan for their helmet?
Well, he says.
So we find.
Well, he says by lost I mean broke. So the helmets on their armor are retractable, and he says that it's completely ruined. I don't have the means to repair it.
So we need to get this guy a hoodie.
Yeah, or
And
an
a mask.
engineer.
Yeah.
What if I could I
We got
give
some
a shot
engineers
to
here.
repairing it?
Yeah, well, you've got jury rig, so even without armor
Yeah.
skills, you probably could try to patch it up.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I got jury rig, but only for ships.
Yeah, and he's got a little more broad being an engineer, so yeah, you could definitely give it a try. He removes an armor plate in the back and hands it to you, and give me you're trying to understand the technology because you guys haven't necessarily had a chance to examine this before, but go ahead and give me an intellect check.
Just a regular intellect check.
Yes, please. Somebody just sent me a message.
Oh man, you're killing me.
Oh no.
Hold another natural one.
Okay. So what?
Everything I'm supposed to be good at in this game, I'm terrible at.
Okay, so
I do have a proficiency skill roll available to me.
Okay, do you have a luck point available to do a reroll?
Oh yeah, actually yes I do. Yes I do.
Then
let me double check, but I'm pretty
There
sure
you
I
go.
do.
Do that.
Why don't you?
Well, I got one luck point left, so
All right, cool.
I'll spend it and see what I can.
Actually, you got a luck point when you level up, so you've actually got 2. If you guys have spent any,
okay.
you got 1
Ooh.
luck point back if you spent any.
He's got the lux.
Well, not much better. 5.
Well, it's something. It's not a fumble. Okay, so this the helmet uses it's similar to replicator technology.
Yeah.
And so it essentially creates the helmet by just out of like a stored pattern and material in the collar piece. So it appears that the mechanism has been damaged. It's got plenty of power, but it's going to take a while to repair it. If you want to take that time, you guys are not going to be like it's going to take you several hours. So by the time you might get any progress on it, it'll be well into probably the first third of the day.
Well, do still.
How far away are we from our ship?
Well,
our shuttle.
Another day's travel would take you to one of the major cities in the region, and then after that, probably 2, maybe 3 days to get to the mountain. Probably on the shorter end of that.
Our ship that we crashed in.
Well, your shuttle, you guys could get back to the shuttle. You'd lose a lot of progress that way, but yeah, you guys could get back to the shuttle in about a day.
Crap! Well, I was just hoping that we could get back there with the krill, and that way he could just chill and rest in the shuttle while we went on the rest of our mission.
That is a possibility. That's assuming you.
But then we're losing a whole day.
Yes.
Actually, 2 days because we have to spend a day to get him back, and then another day to get back to this point before we can even get to the ship.
Also, we do have some of the equipment that we got from the shuttle. We still have that gas mask, and we still have 4 spacesuits.
Well, you wouldn't have 4 spacesuits with you because that would be like a large thing to carry.
Yeah.
But it is reasonable that you guys could maybe rig up something for him to wear until you can get the collar fixed. And then Barry's asking if you guys can make it back to town, which yes, the answer is yes. And they would be, it would be realistic to sneak him into their motel room and hide him there as well.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, we need to get this guy safe, and but also sneak him in town. And then I wouldn't mind sending all the townspeople to the caves to kill all the other crabs.
How about this for an idea? GP Coolio, how about you basically sneak him on into our hotel, and I'll bring back this severed head and say of like we took down at least one of them, and while I'm doing that as a distraction, that might make it a lot easier to get him snuck on in.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm
okay.
Trying to get a thing up on the screen here.
Okay. So, yeah, perfect. All right. So it's very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll say that our guy doesn't have as prominent protrusions on his chin.
He's chinless.
Yes.
He just doesn't have the knobs.
Yeah. All right. So
did somebody say knobs? I
hey,
I do the one-liners every game. That's part of my that's my character flaw.
Yes.
There you go.
All right. So all right, Alex, you're arriving in town with the with the severed head of the creature. It's actually
Benny,
a
are
lot
you
of.
coming with me or?
Yeah. I think I'll go with you.
That's pretty. That creature's heavy. I think it's more likely you guys would have rigged up like some sort of a litter that you could drag it on or carry it. Because
all we need is the head.
That's
what I was
Alex
hacking
with.
off.
So if it's
still
hard to cut off, can't I use my ability? I mean, I know it's kind of a stretch. Energy weapons as tools to use my blaster. To cut it, just cut it off.
Undeniably, like that would actually probably help a lot. It would be less messy than what Alex is trying to do.
Yeah, right.
Like he'd probably be about halfway through, and you're like, dude, whoa.
As a Retepsian, I have no problem with a mess.
Yeah,
and this is how you deal with a space turkey.
Yes, yeah. But it's more like just the huge weight of the thing. Like that that head is probably 100 pounds. So it's not like you're easily just lugging it. It's going to be like you guys have to like throw some sticks together, string something between it, drag it behind. So it's going to be a little bit of a little bit of a walk to get it back to town. So Jay Pulio, you're helping. You're helping the Krill get back to the room. Let me check something real quick about your racial stats, actually, because I wanted to see. Let's see, that is the Retepsians. Because Keenan, you're just joining us. JP's character's in Heat.
Oh, is that Master?
Yes, Keenan? It is. Yep.
Hey,
Meister Keen. Okay. Let's see. Did I make any notes about it? Let's see, reptilian races. Okay, cool. All right, fair enough. All right, good. So, JP,
yes,
you make it back to town separately from these guys. There is a town watch. You're gonna have to roll stealth checks with your new friend, who you end up finding out his name is Kratos.
Kratos.
Yes. He doesn't get it. So I will need you
to
roll
have a big old red tattoo all over his body.
No, he doesn't know why that's funny. Oh wait, what was shoot? Oh, I'll do that. I'll deal with it later. It's probably not. Okay, so he has a stealth check of what was your stealth check?
I did not do one.
Oh no, you're with Alex. I thought he was with JP.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you meant we all had to do it.
No. So you guys want to be seen, and you guys are dragging a heavy thing. Jay Pulio has to get him into town without being seen.
What am I rolling? What die?
You're going to be stealth checks. You roll D20. If you're proficient on stealth, you get a bonus. Otherwise, it's just your agility bonus.
Okay. So my agility bonus is +2, and we'll do a D20. 10 + 2 is 12.
Okay, so you and the Kratos are sneaking into town, trying to like move between shadows and avoid attract the attention of the night watchman. And unfortunately, he ends up being strangely clumsy in his overly cautiousness, and ends up bumping into a lantern.
That idiot.
And so he's like, "Damn it! I hate these primitive planets."
I will hate these primitive planets.
Yeah.
All right. So he's bumping in. So he bumped into a lantern.
Yeah.
What happens from that?
Well, it makes some noise, and the night watchman's looking around to see with his lantern, trying to see what he's like. Hey, who goes there? And you realize that you also just bumped into him, but he doesn't seem to be reacting to your pheromones.
Okay, so that's wearing off. That must mean I'm safe to touch people.
Or he just made his saving throw successfully.
Well, should I assume that I'm safe to touch people, and then I would throw my arm around Kratos and just act like we're both drunk stumbling back home?
Well, he does have white skin, though. White reptilian skin. What you are aware is that your so you're reptilian. Other reptilian races will be a little bit more resistant to your pheromones.
Okay.
Slightly, and if he's, but it could also be because of his krill physiology. So they are a bit cold-blooded.
Is there an option? Are we close enough where we can just quickly knock the guards out or knock the guard out?
That is possible. Like you do have a stun blaster and a stun setting on your weapon. You could just try to stun him.
Yeah, I said we stun him. Let's just get this over with fast, because we gotta get in that room. We gotta hide this guy.
It'd be so much easier if I could just kill him.
No, we're not gonna kill anybody, Kratos. We're just gonna stun him. He'll wake up with a headache, but he'll be fine.
Fine, whatever. And my weapons don't have a stun setting.
Well, allow me, Monsieur. What do I do to shoot this thing off?
Okay, so you just flip the setting and just open fire, and it'll still use one shot of ammo, but it'll be like, well, no, I think he uses half a shot. But basically, you just open fire and it'll knock the guy unconscious if you do enough damage. So give me. So the question is, do you want to shoot him straight on, or like try to catch him on a flank?
Well, he's got his eyes on us now, so we probably have to just take care of it wherever we're standing. If we're right in front of him, probably just have to take care of it.
At the moment, he hasn't seen you guys because you guys were trying to cover for yourselves.
He's investigating?
Yeah, he's investigating still. You guys would be like, you like ducked into the shadows. So he hasn't actually found you guys yet, and so you do have a chance to kind of catch him by surprise.
All right, I'll catch him by surprise. I thought he was just like right there.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. How far away from J. Pulio and the Krill are Alex and Benny?
They would be moving it from a different direction. If you guys all came together, they would be more on the outskirts, while you guys are probably heading more for like the center of the town square. So far enough away that you guys probably are not directly aware of this situation.
Crap. Okay.
Yeah. So that you
I said we flank him. I said we flank him.
You got to let the noob figure it out once sooner or later.
Yeah, I say we stun the guy from the side while he's looking for where the sound came from, and he's not quite sure, and boom, we hit him, knock that fool out.
Okay, so JP, because you're hiding in shadows, and trying to flank, I will give you you get one more stealth check that I need, and then you'll be able to roll that with a D4.
Okay, D4 coming right up.
As will your.
All right, here we go. D4 coming at you. Ready, guys? 2.
You rolled a 2 on the D4. Yeah. What'd you get on the D20?
Oh, before or right now?
Yeah, you're combining them together. So roll a D20 plus the D4, because the D20 plus your
11.
Okay, so that'll be 15 for you. Okay, cool. So you guys are hiding in the shadows, and unfortunately, you realize that the white skin of your friend next to you is standing out a bit more than you do. But as the guard comes in, the town watch, he shines the light, illuminates the Krill, but doesn't see you, and you get the drop on him. So give me a strike roll, please.
What do I roll? What die?
Well, you're gonna get a bonus. So you're gonna roll with a D6.
Okay.
D20 plus a D6.
All right, here we go. Oh, both of them, a 2 and a 1, so 3.
Okay. Somehow you miss.
Yeah,
I
figured.
So he's like, "Damn it!" and he just rushes forward with his rifle stock and just clubs the guy, in the head, and he goes down, and then the guy is like woozy and just hits him one more time and knocks him unconscious. And he says, we better move.
Yeah, I agree. But hey, my plan worked. He got stunned, did he not?
Yes.
All right, let's get to the room.
Okay. So, yes, you guys make it to the room, and then Cheshire and Benny are arriving in the center of town, and you got the
making
big
a lot of noise.
Yes. Well, it's getting close to the point when people would be getting up early to go to work.
Yeah,
And so
don't care. I mean, the whole point it was being a distraction.
yes, for sure. And so there are people that are getting up and coming out to see what's going on, and they see you guys standing there with the massive head, and some of the men you recognize as the guys who were going to be going out in the posse this morning,
and do the best Captain Morgan stance on the head.
Right. Yep. I say we stun him. Strikes opposed. Yep, there it is. That's what Pirate Pack says. It's funny. The first HeroClix piece for Captain America was doing that. So okay, people come out and then and they're checking out the creature and quite amazed that you killed it, and then it seems to be having like the desired effect until someone says, "Hey, over here." And there's a bunch of people come over and they find that the night watchman's been attacked. He's been smashed in the head and he's bleeding. And someone says, "Get him to the healer." And they carefully lift him as a group and start conducting him over to the House of Healing.
While they're distracted with that, I think look over at Benny and go, "We should check up on our companions." Actually, hold on one moment. Should we text them or just go check?
That's true.
I think all the well, no. Go ahead, Jake.
Messages. I was going to say we established that we can send messages to each other.
Yes. You guys have text messaging.
True. Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's any reason for us to stay here. I mean, the attention has been taken off of us. The townspeople should be calmed down for a little while, thinking that we've solved that problem. Later on in the day, we can tell them, "Oh, by the way, there's a whole cave of these things and where it is, and you're going to need some very heavy weapons to deal with it."
All right.
We should definitely see about also getting something to disguise our new companion.
Well, yeah. Good.
You can start working on fixing his helmet for sure.
Yeah.
If you want to do that. Okay. So do you guys go to the House of Healing or do you guys go back to your room?
So I'll say to Benny, how about you go help our companion? I'll stay with the townsfolk to basically keep an eye, and I'll text you if anything comes up of like anything that they're doing.
Okay, I'll just ooze up a pseudopod.
Yeah.
Yeah. And slide away.
Pods up. All right. Okay, so are you going to get to work on trying to fix his retractable helmet immediately?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
We need that thing fixed because he won't be able to really travel with us properly if he's not covered up.
Okay, so give me a proficient agility check if you would. And this will determine how long it'll take you to get it fixed, or how long the project's going to take.
13.
13. Okay, so yeah, you're looking at about 4 to 5 hours. To get it so it'll be passable. It probably won't provide much armor protection, but it'll definitely keep the sun off of him.
Visual protection, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And he's grateful for your help for sure. It says, "I'll if I die, I'll put in a good word for Avis with you, or good word for you with Avis." Yeah.
Y'all need Avis.
Yeah. May the blessings of Avis be upon you.
Right.
All right, Alex, you end up at the House of Healing, and they have
nice.
Love
it.
It.
Yeah.
Very good.
Kratos.
That's Kratos, yes. So you arrive at the House of Healing, and they rouse the healer, and the healer gets up and it's like, "It's been another attack," and bring him in. And he gets put on the bed next to another couple of individuals who look hurt, and he does kind of this thing where he kind of does like some sort of mystic ritual, and you kind of see it glowing on his hands, and he starts putting his hands on the injured person, and the person the watchman, there's like about 5 minutes where they're just waiting to see what happens, and he kind of weakly opens his eyes, and then the healer steps over and puts his hand on his shoulder and says, you're safe, you will be fine. And he kind of brings him in, and he whispers something into his ear, and he says, the monster did this. He was attacked by a white monster in the shadows. It's in the city, or sorry, not the city. It's in the town.
So I'll say immediately all right, team, let's go get that monster.
Yeah. I saw them at the caves.
And during part of that, I'll text JP Coolio and say you twat.
Awesome. Well, they're gone. Hopefully we'll get the helmet fixed and we can get out of town before anybody knows the wiser.
And then text on back of how long do I need to Scooby-Doo these guys around?
Text back, who is Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who Scooby-Doo is. I used to watch them in space school.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's a whole class about Scooby-Doo. It's part of our investigation program.
Yeah, to this day, they are still making those cartoons.
Yeah, and I would say you have to wait until you can rip their face mask off, but you kind of already did that with one of the monsters.
Yeah, that's true, and it's probably that show still being around single-handedly is responsible for why bell bottoms are still in fashion.
Absolutely.
300 years later, well,
they're finally back.
That and Space Battleship Yamato. Anyways,
so I'm gonna see about rallying them forth and not to completely get them in a frenzy, but enough where it's like we can take this thing down.
All right. And still, there's some making seasons of Velma nobody likes. No kidding. All right, so here's the thing, Alex. So what it could be perform, it could be deceit, it could be persuasion. What skill are you rolling on here to get these people riled up?
It's all the same because deceit, perform, and persuasion are all trained and all the same for me.
Really? Okay, well then roll whichever one that you feel is the most appropriate.
I'll make it perform of we're coming together, we're going to save the town, and we're going to defeat this monster. And you guys are going to be the great heroes that you are.
And you start quoting parts from the Braveheart speech, and
Bill, and they will never take our sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll take our bovines, but not our sheep.
The sheep are ours. Yeah, I agree. And you're just sending them to their deaths.
Well, that might be a byproduct, but
the enemy's off this cliff. Run with me.
Yeah.
So 16 total.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Alex, you got a lot of guys that are fired up, and they not a two-headed sheep. So a lot of guys that are fired up, and you're definitely they're looking to you. They're following your lead, but there are some people that did not decide to just blindly follow you, and they're like, no, we got to search the town if it's here. We're going house to house. We're going to find this thing. And so say about a fifth of them are not falling for your ruse and are searching house to house. And the guys that are that are falling for you are more likely to think that it might have fled out into the countryside.
Can I see with the individuals that I have to basically kind of chanting with them to basically say to the others of come with us, we can do this together as a great group. They
unfortunately are not falling for it.
Okay.
It looks like you're not getting everybody, but you are getting a lot of them, like they're, like they're searching like barns and like kind of like garage type spaces, and they're pretty much falling for the idea that it's probably not still in town. And
right,
they're searching a little more broadly, where this one core group, they are going into, like, is it hiding this, but this build door's unlocked, let's check in this house. They're like going in, businesses and stuff, and trying to find whatever it was.
So I'll definitely send a text to JP Coolio of like, make sure to like lock that door, barricade, and put the curtains up, because they are going door to door.
Lock the door, get the curtains, and
turn
the
no
lamp
disturb
down.
sign on the
do
outside.
not disturb.
No housekeeping.
No housekeeping. Okay, it's all done. It's all done.
Okay.
We're staying low key right now.
So Kratos, your guy, he's kind of like peeking out the window, seeing the mob going nuts out there, and he says, well, that's gotten out of control.
How long before the people make their way to our hotel?
Barry says, hide the krill under the bed.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but it's going to be, like, you're starting to, like, that within the hour the sun's going to be coming up, right? And you probably don't have as much time as you need. He's going to need to be hidden somewhere.
We need to hide him or disguise him.
He says, I don't think there's any disguise that's going to protect me from them.
Well, I don't see why hiding under the bed wouldn't work. Barry Hellman might be right, because they're going to look in our room and say, "Oh yeah, no monster in here." I mean, a monster's not going to hide under the bed. Yeah, it's too big.
I have a twofold plan here.
Okay.
There's the old, hang a necktie on the doorknob.
Okay.
Okay. So why don't I just ooze out a little bit of myself and put it on the doorknob like a necktie, and this also allows me to have a little bit of like a external camera to know what's going on.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So you can see them coming.
And if push comes to shove, and then if they come up to the door, maybe we can start making some rhythmic banging noises and other noises. And then if they insist on coming in, why can't I just ooze myself over Kratos' head, almost like a second face kind of thing? And just disguise. I mean, he won't have to. I mean, yeah, he'll have to hold his breath, or maybe I can, make a couple of little holes through where he can breathe, or something like. I mean, there's got to be something we can do here. Some way to disguise him.
Wig and makeup.
That is a
terrible plan. No.
Well, I mean, covering him with you would be it would be a bit of a sell.
Just his head.
Yeah. Yeah, someone says if the jelly is rocking, don't come a knocking. Pyric Pax did. Okay, well, Pyric Pax and Keenan both have some.
Yes, Pyric. Maybe I will just sit on his face.
Well, yeah, Pyric was wondering if there's a basement in the building, and there probably would be, because it would be colder and be easier to preserve food in underground. And then Keenan's asking about a mourner's veil, which is an interesting idea.
Well, again, even if we wanted to do a mourner's veil, I don't know that we've got any sewing skills or extra fabric, so I would have to literally be a mourner's veil.
Well, if they're looking for but they are looking for a giant monster, not a person-sized person. So, I mean, even just something simple like sleeping under the covers with your head covered might be enough to fool them, because they're like, "Oh, that's just a person sleeping in the bed, not a giant monster."
Kratos says to you, Benny, is like, with respect, your suggestion is creative, but I feel concerned that it might not be enough to hide my head under yours. I'm not sure I could hold my breath long enough if it comes down to it. And if they've seen you before, would they not assume that you are a pile of goo naturally?
Well, very diplomatic. I would just say, I don't want you on my face, man.
Well, I could have. Well, there is that. But we're supposed to be allies, and I did cause this mess. And I would prefer to live than to go down fighting.
Well, I'm at least going to put a little pseudopod hanging from the doorknob so that we've got a little, so I can monitor the hallway.
Of course.
See people coming.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, you guys have some time. Like, they haven't made it into the inn yet, so they are. You can definitely see them outside, not banging on doors, waking people up, checking houses, explaining what's going on. People seem to be like, "Oh my god!" Right? And so, like they're running up and down the street with their torches and lanterns, and Cheshire, you're getting updates from him. He's leading as many of them astray as possible, but yeah, they're just that. There's nothing he can do about that core group.
Can't I simply just stick my head out the window and say, "Hey, villagers, I just saw him right over that way," and then they'll just start going that way?
There is a possibility, though that would be more successful if you went down there and talked to them directly.
I could do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. Jay Pulio's going outside.
I'm going outside, and that'll stop them from moving forward at least for a little while, depending on how it goes.
So, Jay Pulio, you approach a couple of guys that are trying to go, get a local shop to open up so they can go check it.
Okay.
And they are really fired up.
Hey guys, how's it going?
They got the blood passion in the eyes. It says, "Oh, what? Have you seen the monster?"
Yeah, I just saw the monster. I was looking out the window right over there towards the forest on the way to the caves. I just saw it take off.
Excuse me. That's inconvenient.
It was so scary, you guys. It was all white and big and crabby and gross. And it looked like it had a lust to kill.
I'm going to need a deceit check out of you.
All right, what do I roll?
You roll a d20 plus your charisma bonus. Are you proficient in lying?
I don't think I'm proficient in lying.
Well, then you can apply your d4 to the roll if you want to be really good at this.
Okay. So I got my 20, and when we get my 4.
All right.
Hello, 4. Where are you at? There you are. All right. Bear with me. I got a lot of die of different shapes. Okay, I got them. All right, here we go. We're going to roll. 14 and a 4, 18.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, where'd you say you saw it again?
It's over towards the forest before the caves, but it's going towards the caves. Oh my God, It was so scary.
All right, lead the way. And one of them grabs you by touches you by the shoulder and kind of here, lead the way. And then
oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Fortunately, he made a saving throw. Hold on a second, guys. Wait, sneezes do something to me. I'll be right back.
All right. I was gonna say he's not reptilian, is he? So maybe it won't be as effective. I'm gonna have to figure this out. If this guy touched me and he gets the love bug,
he'll follow you anywhere.
He will follow me anywhere, and I'm trying not to go. Well, I can go towards the monster for a little bit because Benny does need time to fix the helmet.
Yeah, well, they definitely need you guys. They would want you to take them where you saw it.
Okay, well, I saw it just 20 feet from here, but it was taken off in that direction.
All right,
and then I lost sight of it behind the trees.
All right, so you guys run off in that direction.
Okay.
And then let's see. Just tell him you'll meet him somewhere. He'll believe you. All right. So you run off with those two guys. You lead them away from the hotel, and they're looking around. And one of the guys is checking the ground, and he says, "I don't see any tracks around here. Are you sure this is where it went?"
Are you looking for crab legs? Or are you looking for shoes? Because we're in a crab leg situation, my friend.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that
and
little
then-
scuff marks over there. That kind of looks like a crab track to me.
and he looks down and says, "No, it's a cart track." And
Oh, that is a cart track. You're
and
right.
they're getting a little grumbly, and then one of the guys gets up in your face and he says, "Are you sure you saw it? They come this way."
Well, you guys are looking for the big, giant, 20-foot, giant albino crabs, right? Or am I
Yes.
thinking of something else? That's what I saw. It jumped on a cart that was going in that direction.
Well, the guy is very fired up. He's right up in your face, and he seems to be doubting your story, JP.
Well, he's right up in my face, is he?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Let me get
Are
a
you
little
gonna
bit
lick
closer
him?
to him. I might breathe on him a little bit.
Okay.
I breathed on him a little bit. Does that have
Okay.
any effect on him?
Pyric Pack says you need to riz them. Jesus. He starts to soften his intensity a little bit, and he says, "You said you saw it around here."
I did. He's not handsome like you are. He's a big, scary monster. But he ran off that way, probably to kill some of your friends and family.
Ooh. No, we oh my God, and he just runs off towards the thing. And the other guy's like, "What the fuck just happened?" And yeah, Barry wants to know if you have a breath mint. and then he starts
my natural breath musk.
Yeah, and then he starts chasing after the guy. Like, "Hey, get back here." And they leave you there by yourself.
I guess I go back to my hotel room and get some business done. Regular
Okay.
business, not business.
This is business. Okay. All right. Well, he slowed him down and bought you some time, but now it's getting up to the point where the sun's coming up, and you made a lot of progress. You think it'll take you a couple more hours to get this helmet fixed, Chaz, but it is at the point where you guys can't really delay them any longer, and there's a trio of men who are finally entering the inn. The innkeeper's already woken up by this point to the commotion, and he's aware of what's going on. And these men come in and they demand to start searching rooms and looking for the creature. And the innkeeper is very willing to help, but he doesn't want to have them simply disturb his guests. And these guys are not really giving a shit, and the two of them are currently arguing about how to go about searching the inn. And you guys are aware this is happening downstairs.
I'm still in the wig and makeup mode.
Yeah,
I think that might work because they just need to know there's not a giant monster in our room. But if we have the krill wearing a hat or a wig and turned away so they can't see their face,
and he says the krill has a name, Retepsian.
Oh yeah, crouton. Sorry about that. If we get a wig on them and have them turn away so they see it's a person, a lady person, then you can just wave to them. They'll know it's not a bad guy. They'll know it's not a monster.
It's wonderful. Where do we get this wig?
I got to use my chest. I would say we'll use Chester's beard, but he's not here right now.
Yeah.
I guess we got to make one out
There's
of a broom.
got to be some sort of a closet or something in here where we can.
What kind of provisions do we have? What kind of clothing, wardrobe? Is there anything in this room? A doily, even?
These kinds of rooms would be very basic. I don't think closets would be part of the action. I think it's more likely there would be a storage closet separately down the hall, in the hallway. The main thing you have is you have a window to get in and out. You got the main, you've got like the main entry door, and then the room is large enough with a couple of beds in it. So it would be just really just a question of like how to hide him so that they he's not seen, or get him out of there somehow and get him somewhere else. But they're currently
putting him in a storage closet down the hall wouldn't be any good because they're going to want to get into that storage closet. And I'm sure that the proprietor of the hotel would let him in there because that's not going to disturb any guests.
Also, are there any loose boards in the room?
That is possible. So you're hoping that there's a crawl space?
There's a crawl space. I'm hoping.
Chaz, you're the engineer. Give me a strength check while you're checking these boards.
You say a strength check?
Yes. So roll it D20 plus whatever your strength bonus is.
Oh, my strength is -1, so it's
Okay.
5.
Okay. I'm afraid you're not finding any loose boards. Jay Pulio can also try.
I have very good strength. Yeah. I have 17 strength plus 3 bonus.
Okay, go strong.
For it. What'd you say? D20 and a what?
D20 plus 3. Yeah, you're freaking jacked.
Just a D20. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
15 plus 3.
Okay, he manages to rip up a floorboard.
No problem.
Yeah, and there would be a couple more to lift up, and there is a space between the floors, but not a lot. It would be a little tough to get him in there.
Well, yeah, suck it in, Crouton. Get in there. We'll cover you up. They're gonna just glance in the room. Obviously, there won't be a big monster in here, so they'll leave. It'll be 2 seconds.
Yeah. He says, he looks down and says, "I won't fit." Like,
take those shoulder pads off.
All right.
Your uniform is kind of bulky.
All right, so you can get him partially into that space, not all the way. It does seem, though, I guess if you're looking for a suggestion, it does look like you guys might be able to drag the bed over him, though.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. Sit in the hole. We'll cover you up with the bed. That should be totally enough to get these people in and out. If they want more time to look around, then there's something wrong with them, and we might just have to stun them.
This is the most degrading experience, and he takes off his shoulder pads, hands them to.
I'm gonna say it. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah,
and he kind of like puts his feet down in the space and lays down, and but yeah, it is. There's no way you're gonna like cover him up completely.
So a little blanket. The room's skewed a little bit. Yeah, it'll be so obvious there's not a giant monster in here.
Alex, you wanted to say something?
So, out of curiosity, how much time has passed from like the initial part of because you did say that it was going to be a couple of hours that this is going to take, but I'm wondering, am I up by the cave at this point, or would it be still within like?
You would have got them on a larger search pattern in the area. You don't necessarily have to stay with them the whole time. Like, you would have had an opportunity to ditch if you wanted to, and make it back to town. Like, by this point, I think not all of them would have stuck with it. Like, they would have, some of them
the big group at large.
Yeah, some would have head back. Some would have stayed searching the area. I mean, they're not finding the creature, and they're not finding evidence of the creature. So it's starting to, their fervor is starting to cool.
Okay.
So
at that point, definitely head back towards town.
Okay. I think that by the time you get back to the inn, they probably would already be in the process of searching the place.
So when I'm heading back to town to J-Pool, see about texting him of like, how are things currently heading back to town?
And what is your response, J-Poolio?
Well, they're starting to look all over the place here, but we've come up with a foolproof plan.
Of course you have.
Yeah, we got Crouton hidden. They're not going to find them. They're just glancing, and then we'll send them on our way, and then we'll get back to doing what we need to do.
I just send a worry emoji.
Yeah, and Barry has suggested some concerns about your plan as well.
New communicator. Who dis?
Yeah. So okay, so here's the deal. You guys can hear them, someone banging on doors, and then the someone comes out. There's a back and forth. The they're talking to the innkeeper. He's asking whoever's staying in the room to let someone come in and look. They go in, they look, they come out, and they're going in from door to door. Alex, you're entering the inn, and you're aware this is happening up there. They're about 3 doors away from getting to you guys. Is there anything else you wish to do before they get to your door?
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to alarm them, so I'm going to reabsorb that.
Okay.
My pseudopod.
Your pseudopod. Okay.
What if you go jelly in front of Kratos to kind of obscure him a little bit? What if we just opened our door and said, "Hey guys, no monster in here," and then they glance in? You're right, because it's a very simple room. He said, and that way we seem like we're not trying to hide anything. They're going to glance. They're not going to be able to see it. They're not going to see a giant monster, and they're going to leave, I would think. And if they don't, well, then they're jerks.
So while they're potentially doing that, I'm going to go see about helping them, or at least be an extra level of distraction of, opening the doors and, checking out with them.
Well, when you offer to help, they're more paranoid. Like, we have this space pirate. You go deal with your whores and your drinks and your shore leave. This is local business. And they go to the next, they go to the door, the next door, they knock on it, and the innkeeper says, "Oh, there's no one in this room. This is very good." And he goes in, he just starts rushing through the room and tearing, checking everything. You can hear him making lots of noise. And then they comes out. Yeah, it's clear. Let's go to the next one. And they go on the next one, and they talk to your neighbor. And Alex, what are you doing?
So as I'm going towards the room that we were sharing, I'll kind of listen in before see about opening the door.
All right. Well, they have a back and forth with the neighbor, and they check. The neighbor does not like the idea they're entering the room. They have a little bit of an argument, and ultimately he just stands back and agrees to let the innkeeper come in. And the innkeeper comes in, checks the room, says, "There's nothing in here. It's just these people." And they're like, "Fine, let's check the next one." And it's like, "Okay," getting really annoyed. And they go to knock on your door.
So because I was right there, kind of waiting and overhearing, I'll get the key and see about opening it.
Yeah. Do you say anything?
I take a look at him goes, "Well, deal with whatever local stuff that you need to deal with. I need to deal with my crew." And go on in and close the door.
and
I've got a whore to deal with.
Yeah, no, open the door, space pirate, and you can hear an argument outside with them and the innkeeper. And the innkeeper takes the master key, opens the door, steps in, and says, "I'm sorry to interrupt you, sirs. They're not going to go away. We need." So
I'll be at the door because and then to the innkeeper.
You offering to come in? Yeah. Okay, he says he comes in, and the one angry guy tries to follow him in.
So I'm not going to move for him.
Okay, and
me and Ben are in the room too. Well, we're all in the room, right?
Yes, correct.
All right. So from where I'm at, where they can't see me, I'm like, "Cat, come back to bed. I miss you."
Oh my god!
And they hear that.
We sec.
Give me a deception check, please.
No, I don't want to wait.
Okay.
Right. How do I do a deception
It's all right,
check?
small spoon.
Deceit. So you're not proficient in lying, right?
No.
Okay. All right.
charisma. I mean, that's about it.
Okay, good. So give me a D20 plus your charisma bonus.
Okay.
Okay.
7 plus 2, 9.
All right. Let's see. Under the circumstances, I will give you an extra D4 act bonus on that because I think that I think in your case it's a believable deception.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And they already expect space pirates are, have certain proclivities.
Cat, who's that with you? Bring him here. They're like, oh, no thanks.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And a 3 on the D4.
All right, what does that bring up to total?
Let's see, 10, 12.
So okay. All right, the guy hears this when he walks in, and he looks at you guys with disgust and
lick my lips.
Oh wow,
you lick your lips.
Yeah. he just storms out, and the innkeeper looks around the room.
No, come back.
And he happens to notice that you guys move the bed, and he kind of gives that a little,
yeah, we did.
Rest. Like, I'm sorry to bother you, sirs. And he turns around and walks out.
Hey, if you want to.
All right.
Yeah.
There is a monster in this room, though.
Yeah. Kratos wants out now.
Yeah.
And,
so that was a good plan. It made it undesirable to enter the room.
Yes. And he crawls out of the little crawl space, and he says, "You people are disgusting." And
it got rid of them.
Yes, it did.
Disgustingly free.
Yeah. And so the chaos in town continues for a little while, but they don't find anything. And the consensus does seem to be that whatever it was probably fled and got away. So couple of hours later, and you have a partially functioning helmet.
Woohoo!
And you put it on the guy, and it goes, and all the pieces come into place. And he's like feeling it, checking us, says, "Yes, I believe this will work."
All right. So we need to get out of this town. We got to go help our people. Are we back on track?
I would definitely, I agree with that, except for the fact of we didn't get that much sleep, and we probably should at least sleep a little bit before heading on out.
A little recharge.
Yeah.
Maybe, it's early in the day right now. Would it be better to leave at night anyway? So we might as well sleep during the day.
Probably. And Kratos says, how are you traveling right now?
We have a chariot.
Oh, really?
I
see. Well, I am more accustomed to being awake at night, so I could drive it if you like, if you are not feeling up to it.
I think that's actually quite a brilliant idea of doing shifts. J-Pool, you're great at driving during the day, and
so good
if you're willing to do it, Kratos, at night, that might speed up our time of getting to the crash site.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Let's do it.
Well, I happen to be familiar with animals. I don't believe it'll be a problem.
Very good. And that way, Crouton's awake at night while we're sleeping, and then vice versa. He sleeps while we're awake in the day.
It's Kratos.
Okay, Kratos. You look like a cracker, though, Kratos. Little racial humor, alien racial humor.
He gets a little grumbly.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys sleep a bit throughout the day, and by mid-afternoon, you guys are all well rested. And you guys have had a chance to get some food, sneak some up for Kratos, and it's good time to get underway.
All right. Do we have all the supplies we need?
You got everything you had. You've got your food, you got your survival packs. You've got everything you guys needed. The only other issue was having climbing gear, and you can certainly get that when you get to the mountain.
All right.
One of the mountain towns nearby.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm ready to go if you guys are ready to go.
Yeah.
I think that's a good plan.
Yeah. And then so you guys head out, and then he just casually walks with you like it's no big deal, you know. And then you guys get onto the onto the chariot, and then hit the reins and you're underway.
All right.
JP, roll D20 for me.
D20 coming up. Get out of here, people. 11.
Okay. We're just trying to see if you learn the skill of handle animal. Though with Kratos here being able to help teach you, if you can get on his good side well enough to actually get him to be willing to be helpful, he might be able to educate you more quickly on how to handle a chariot.
Well,
definitely calling him crouton might help.
Yeah.
I love croutons. You put croutons on the salad. Salads are very healthy for you. Vitamins.
Yes, they are. All right, so you guys are underway. You guys get out of town as fast as possible, and you're riding the chariot, and then so you guys will be traveling partially at night. You know that sometime at night you're going to be hitting one of the main cities, and so it would be possible to simply bypass it and keep going, but you know again, like traveling, like the issue with is like you guys are now have an extra person on the chariot. It's gonna be kind of tight and crowded, and it isn't going to be restful. Like there is going to be a point where you guys are just going to have, like, Kratos is just simply going to have to get used to being out during the day.
But plus the animal's going to need rest too.
That is true.
You can't push the animal 24/7.
No, you definitely can't. And so the question is like, do you guys want to simply hit the like stop in the main city, and then, I mean, once you're out of the country bumpkins, I mean, the issues of freaking out over a monster might not be as much of an issue, but hitting the main city, there's going to be a lot more opportunity to disappear into the crowd. Do you guys want to stop there and then get another room and then basically reset your clock, or try to just keep going and find some other place to crash?
How many hours was it to get to this bigger city?
Well, it was going to be like sometime over the course of the next day, right? And so since you guys have stop the city, one of your crew could be there. Hey, there's a thought. Barry just pointed out, made a good suggestion.
We're running out of room on this chariot, though. Maybe we'll be able to find other upgrades. Maybe we'll be able to get a better vehicle.
Well, yeah, the city will definitely have lots of options for transport. But yeah, as far as like the traveling all night and then traveling half the day, then it probably would actually most likely be close to morning by the time you would get there.
That being the case, and especially since Kratos is a night owl, how about we actually sleep for a bit so that we get like some good slumber, and at least, maybe 8-10 hours or whatever, but we could go back on out later
who knows
in the day.
What kind of upgrades we might get.
Yeah, well, if you guys found a place to stay, which would be realistic, get a couple of rooms at an inn, because now you have an extra party member, and then you reach the reach an inn, sleep until noon, and then stay up the rest of the day, and then sleep at night. You guys could probably reset everybody to the same sleep cycle just fine. And then it's just a question of how to afford larger transport. So
I think we could probably figure that out, even if we have to steal it.
Well, that's a possibility. All right, so you guys have arrived. Traveling into the city, there's traveling across. There are some breaks periodically, but you don't run into any major issues. You do encounter the occasional other traveler, because the closer you get to the city, the more busy it gets, right? And so there's a lot of travel, a lot of regional trade. So you encounter more travelers, more carts and wagons and such. And then as you guys are also arriving, you in the morning, you hear an unusual sound. You see kind of like a massive whistling sound. And if you guys travel around, to another side of the city to see what that is, you discover that in this city, they've made a scientific innovation. They have built a rail line.
Oh, that'll get us places faster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very interesting. We must investigate this further.
Question
I
is,
think.
will it go towards the mountain?
Well, the rail line that you guys are looking at is heading kind of in a like a northwesterly direction, and so it does head in that direction. It's a little bit of a detour, but it would definitely potentially shave a lot of time off your route.
I think we need to get on that train.
Yeah.
I'm going to see about getting passage for us.
All right. Well,
and we can probably see about selling the chariot.
Well, as far as like arriving in town, I mean, like there are, they obviously have city watch at the gates when you attempt to enter, and they basically check everybody to see who they are. They're not necessarily looking for travel papers; it's mostly looking for shifty characters and just keeping an eye on comings and goings and just being there in case there's trouble. You guys definitely looking to be the space pirate type. They, know about you. You're questioned about, if you're on shore leave and what's with your crew, but there's no particular obstacle to you entering the city. It's very big, very bustling. There's a lot of buildings. Again, it's like very Roman architecture. So, a lot of fluted pillars and, stone and concrete construction. Some use of wood, wood building materials. And
you got wood.
Yes. Happy Arbor Day.
Yeah, happy Arbor Day.
Finding a motel is no problem. They're a little more expensive per day. The motels are going to. Oh, did we just lose Alex again?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye out for him.
Okay, good. So it's going to be a lot of the hotels are going to be 10 gold per day. It's more, real estate's more expensive in the city.
Well, if we're planning on taking the train, maybe, and we sell our chariot, we should be able to get some money for that we can use for our rooms.
For sure. And Alex also has some money as well. First thing is establishing when the train's going to be leaving. So what you guys end up learning about that is the train is connecting to another city further north, right? So this is an experimental thing. The train line only goes to one place, and it seems to be the first train of its kind. It's like there aren't any others, and it's primarily being used to conduct some travel with people back and forth, but mostly conducting trade. Yeah. And so at the moment, as far as you guys are aware, the train will not be leaving until tomorrow. What's this?
Okay, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow. Oh, just some nice words.
Oh, that's very nice. I'm glad you're having a good time, Kingdom Cast. But yeah, you guys have a little bit of time in the city. How are the Sins reacting to the Krill? Well, the Krill is not taking his helmet off, so he gets a few looks, but he just looks like an adventurer in armor.
Yeah.
So
this looks like a cool dude, gentleman traveler.
Yeah. Yes. He's wearing a helmet and he's not taking it off, and so
nor could he.
Yeah, nor could he. And he really wants to get out of that side of the sun, anyways, because the helmet isn't fully repaired. It's just functionally repaired.
Yeah. As long as it stays closed, we're happy.
Yeah. So, any word on Alex?
Nothing yet.
That's a shame.
Just us and Crouton over there.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
I just train tomorrow so we can get some sleep.
Yep.
We're a sleepy bunch.
Yeah. And then there is a bit of excitement, however, in town, is that there is there are chariot races.
We have a chariot.
Yes, you do.
Well, why would we want to enter the chariot race? What do we get out of that?
Well, there is a purse for winning. It is going to pay money if you manage to score a victory. Though you would, of course, be competing against a lot of very skilled drivers.
Isn't Kratos very skilled?
He is pretty skilled, actually. He would be decent. He says, if you're suggesting what I think you're thinking, I am not a professional driver.
But you're probably more professional than the rest of us.
Is he proficient in it?
He's proficient in animal handling, but isn't particularly talented. Like like his willpower is only slightly better than Jay Pulio's.
Because I have piloting proficiency, and +2 to willpower.
And I got that the skill roll.
Pirate Pax is asking an interesting question. He says, is the East Tavern Trading Company active in the city, and are there any connections from the warehouse in episode 1 that can be exploited? Yes, we'll say that trading company does operate here, which means that this area would actually be connected with the smuggling operation.
Man, I forgot all about that.
Yep.
Thanks,
Alex
Pax.
says Alex says he's trying to get to get the computer reconnected. We'll have to work on that after the show. So this the East Tavern Trading Company would be involved with the influx of the trade of illicit wine.
Illicit wine?
Yes. Well, that's the smuggling. There's tariffs on wine, and you guys came from a town where they have lots of vineyards, and so they have wine tariffs to make sure that the wine coming in from the towns has competitive pricing with the ones that are made here in the city, and basically to raise the prices. And so the smuggling operation, which Alex is through his pirate connections was kind of peripherally involved in, they were smuggling wine into the city so that it could be sold for more profit, and then money was being kicked back to the town. And
so what if we can promise them some more hooch, more of a steady flow of hooch at very competitive prices?
Well, they already have that. I don't know how you guys would improve it, but Cheshire's connections with that definitely open up some options for connecting with the local criminal element to get assistance.
It says more wine for all.
Yes.
So if we're able to promise people some more wine, we could get some favors done for us.
Maybe.
And maybe those favors could just simply be train tickets.
Yeah, or maybe they need help with something else that you guys can do.
Well, yeah, there's always going to be a tit for tat.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, it looks like Alex might be coming back, and something's happening.
Hopefully,
might take a second. There's his spot. Maybe he'll appear in his spot.
Yeah, there we go. Hey,
boom! There we go.
So you having trouble with the internet today? Can you hear me, Alex? Not yet.
Not working yet. No audio.
Yeah, Archmage Frey. I like that. Better than Chateau Picard. And we lost him. Oh,
and he got aggravated. It wasn't working, so he's gonna try it again. It looks like.
Okay. I don't know if he can hear us, but maybe he could jump on with his phone. Well, whatever the case, we're gonna keep going. So, all right. So, we will say that Alex's character is standing off to the side doing this, and that is fun to some people. Funny to some people watching, and then we'll just have his we'll roll skill checks for him as needed.
Okay.
But all right. So so then I guess okay, he says retrying. So do you guys want to approach the smugglers and try to make contact with them?
Yes, let's contact the smugglers.
All right. So Cheshire makes a few inquiries, and while you guys are waiting, and then it's he's able to reach out to them, and you guys end up getting invited to an office of the East Tavern Trading Company, and
an office,
a meeting with a middle management individual who is involved in this, who's involved in the smuggling and lining his pockets of profits without the bosses knowing. And he's meeting with you guys. So we'll say it's just the two of you, and then Alex, you back?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, here.
All right. Excellent. So
21st
okay.
century.
All right, Alex. So here's what's happened. I don't know how much of that you heard, but they decided to use you to approach the smuggling operation. So
definitely use me.
Yeah. So you guys are going
Consider
into
yourself
meeting.
used.
Yeah, you guys are going into a meeting with a middle management guy from the East Tavern Trading Company.
Well,
Hey,
since we have Kratos, he can be our Karen, and you, Jay Pulio, you can be like our Ted from accounting, and Benny, you're our IT guy.
All
He
right.
says, what is a Karen?
Don't worry. If you need to, go full nuclear Karen on them.
Yeah, just go full crouton.
Well, you may get that if you keep calling me that.
Okay, sorry. Really could go for a salad right now, though.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you guys go into the meeting, and you sit down in the office with the guy, and he says, welcome. It's not every day I get to meet with the space pirates, and I understand you're looking for a favor related to our smuggling operation.
I need some transport up north to the mountain region.
I see. You're looking to get on the train, I take it?
Aye.
You know, it's that's going to be a little tricky. The train is a new innovation, and everybody and their uncle wants to be on that thing and go for a ride.
Of course. And that's why I definitely wanted to see if I can do some business with you.
I see. And why is it that a space pirate wants to get involved with this, or even wants to go up north? What is it that you're into? And why can't you just take your own ship?
Need to keep things kind of low key, and needed to travel on foot.
I see. All right. Well, be it as it may. All right. Well, then maybe there is something that you can do for us.
What services do you need rendered?
Well, there was an incident outside of town at one of our storage warehouses. We lost hold on a second. Okay, we lost contact with some of our crew who were dealing with storing a supply of wine. We haven't been able to make contact with them. We sent some other men out there to check on it. They also have not returned. And the only information we have is that there were there was flashes of light and strange sounds. We suspect it's your space weaponry. And we don't know what happened over there, but we need that that cargo recovered so that we can make certain commitments.
Understood. How long ago was it, and how far away is it?
This is just well, the last time it's been more than a day. The incident occurred. The most recent has occurred last night. We don't. Admittedly, I don't have as many men willing to go out there at this point. They're a little concerned.
Sounds like a
Understood.
supply and demand situation, which is numbers. I know numbers. I'm Ted from accounting.
Okay.
Yes.
You're speaking my language. Continue.
Well, right now we need to get that shipment in. We have promised a load of alcohol, and everyone who's gone there has not come back. We suspect they're dead, and I don't know what's going on out there. But it's just a simple run to a farmstead, and it was being stored in a warehouse and needs to be brought back into the city.
All right. We'll definitely go and see about finding out what the situation is, see about returning your alcohol, and see the state of your employees. And in turn, getting my crew here and our equipment onto the train.
If you can recover that load, I guarantee we'll get you onto the train.
Sounds like an accordance.
Yes.
And that's 4 tickets, the number 4.
I'll get you on the train. I'm not promising you I'm getting you tickets. But you'll get on the train. So as far as at the location, you guys can easily take your chariot. He explains that there is a large wagon that's already there that is supposed to be used to transport the load of alcohol. Like they sent the wagon there over a day ago, about a day and a half, and it just never came back. So presumably the wagon and the animals are still there.
All right.
Should we go look? Which way do we go? How do we get there?
Well, it's going to be further east. It's just a farmstead, just a few miles outside of town, and it is it's a ranch space where they basically raise like a lot of with the equivalent of dairy products, right? So the people there are they have cattle or the equivalent to cattle, various dairy animals. They milk them, they produce cheeses, and they're part of like a larger farming collective. But you're going to a particular family that is in charge of a specific plot of land, like an itinerant farmer. So,
well, they better have 2-headed goat cheese. 2 heads.
All right. So,
you hear me?
And Kratos, when after you guys agree, he says, we could just sneak onto their train. It's just a train.
That's true. Do we want the hassle, or do we just want the?
You're not wrong with the sneaking onto the train, but with potentially there might be energy weapons that were used.
Yes, and I suppose more of my people could be there.
Right.
Well, our people. You came from the same ship, so.
Fair.
Or it could be Kalon.
Yes, I had thought of that as well. Yes, it is a Roman train, Pyric. The planet where they're on has been visited heavily by space pirates. They're not necessarily trading technology, but the people here are getting a lot of ideas that they would not have normally. Yes, steampunk Romans. That's actually about. Yeah, they're definitely heading that direction.
Yeah, and basically, like you give somebody a book on like various type of things. What they do with it is their own inventions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And seeing the train, it looks very similar in style to the ones from Earth. It's like it probably could be more sophisticated, but it is working. So, all right. Well, Barry says he would investigate.
And if we go towards the hope of higher technology, we might even get something better than a train.
Yeah. All right. So you guys head out. Take the chariot, along one of the roads, and you end up in a farming area outside the city. And you're just rolling along this nice picturesque countryside, and you see lots of small areas where tenant farmers are busy. They're working to different sections of land, and but they're all it's kind of like where it is out here where we have farming, where you'll have a house and there's a farmer, and there's might be 5 miles between them and their neighbor, right? So, but you guys follow the directions, and you are approaching the farmstead that it looks like what's described. The directions seem to be bringing you guys on target, and up ahead you do see a farmhouse and a large barn, it looks like a hay barn, and there's a number of other barns as well that look like they're the kind of places where you would store milking animals. And you see a large bit of ranch land full of 2-headed cattle. and you guys so how when you're pulling up, you don't see people, right? So okay. What are you guys going to do as far as pulling up? Do you want to keep your distance and try to come up more cautiously on foot, or do you want to just pull right up to the thing and say fuck it? We are
what time of day is it again?
So if it's the same day you guys arrived and you guys were getting to town around noon, you guys kind of have to Iron Man it to get to the evening regardless. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to say about 2 p.m. at this point, probably 2:30.
Okay.
Well, usually in these situations on a show or TV series, they usually leave the animal in the vehicle off somewhere to rest while they continue on foot.
Yeah,
I don't know why they do that, but they
try
do
and
that.
stealth it in here.
Yeah. However, I would like to point out this is not a TV show. You guys are gamers, and smart plans are not necessarily what gamers do. So if you want to go reckless, you totally can.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife's
so
laughing in the
pleasing on
background at that.
I kind of want to stealth it in because I don't want anything to happen to our steed.
All right. Well, okay. Well, so Kratos says, I propose this. My weapon, and he brings out his disruptor rifle, has excellent range. I am going to cover you. I clearly, stealth is clearly not my specialty.
Yeah, you stick out like a sore thumb, Crouton.
Yeah, I was going to suggest something like that.
Yeah, so he goes up to a tree and he takes takes a knee and takes position behind the tree.
All right.
And then
is he covering us?
That's the plan. Yes,
All
I'm
right.
totally not going to shoot you in the back and get revenge for all the name calling. And then he moves
Good.
off to take position.
You gotta have. I know you got a thick skin there, Crouton.
Yeah.
Scaly thick skin.
And he grumbles like, "Why can't I think of a way to pick on his name?" As he's walking away. J. Tulio, yeah. And then he.
I love that name. They used to call me. My mother calls me that.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me. Okay, now what do we do? We're on foot.
Yep,
Which direction are we going? What are we investigating? I need to investigate.
I need stealth checks out of all three of you.
What die do I do?
D20,
they're not irradiated.
and then
They're not irradiated, Pyric. That's fine. Yeah, give me D20. You add your agility. If you're proficient in stealth, you add your proficiency die.
7 plus agility, so 9.
All right, so you got a 9 there. Alex, what'd you get?
7.
So, great. Chaz?
13.
Okay. As the highest roller, you're getting the indirect bonus due to their lack of stealth.
Sneak.
So doesn't that mean that's actually a penalty?
Well,
or they're making so much noise that I can hide behind it.
yeah. So back in the day when we were playing the Rifts RPG, which is a really cool post-apocalyptic game with power armor and big heavy armor suits, and the running joke, which I firmly subscribe to, is that since people are like noisy like freaking Iron Man, it improves the sneaking abilities of everyone else. So that is what happened. Yes. So you're slithering across the ground. They are clearly attracting attention, but nobody's shooting. So it certainly gives you more of a sneak potential. So you could sneak off somewhere else with greater security. So the two of you are clearly together being clumsy. Where are you guys going to go? And where is Benny going to go?
Hey, J-Tool. There's some 2-headed cows that way.
Ooh, where?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that way.
Oh. Hey. Look at them. They're so fluffy.
Okay, so you guys can go into the farmhouse. You can go into the hay barn. You can go into one of the dairy barns, or you can just search the grounds.
Now, by farmhouse, do you sort of mean like the residence where the people would?
Yes.
Okay,
Correct. Yes.
so you guys figure out where you're going to go, and I'll figure something else out.
I want to
The
check out
farmhouse.
Yeah, I want to check out the barn. A lot of the dairy barn.
Okay, are you guys all are you guys Scooby doing this shit and splitting up? Or are you guys gonna at least keep two of you together, which was my implication?
Oh gosh.
Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
Well, Barry is suggesting either one of the barns or the house, which is the majority of the options. So
I'm gonna go with J-Pool.
Okay, so we're going to the dairy barn.
Okay.
Benny, where are you going?
I'm going to the farmhouse.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
and I trust that you'll be safe just being a jelly and you can hide easily or and take a punch.
Yeah, you know, ooze through keyholes and stuff, and
That's
All
right.
this ain't gonna be a big deal.
Okay, so you Betty, you ooze into the farmhouse, and you're sneaking around, and the farmhouse seems to be largely deserted. But then you hear this click, and you look over, and there's a child holding a very large black powder rifle, and it's like, "Don't move, mister. Whatever you are."
Okay, so I
You
can,
a
but I
monster?
can see. I've been
It
able
says-
to turn around and see him. So
Well,
okay,
you actually see in all directions. You have a 360 sight.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't actually have to turn around. You can simply make a mouth on whatever side you want to use. But it's like, "Are you a monster?" And the kid's like seems really nervous.
Okay, so I'll sort of, you know, move my mouth over around to look at him, or to face him rather.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, no, I'm not a monster. I'm here to. We're here to help find your parents. Where are they?
The metal men took them.
Oh no.
They're gone. And moving over to the other two, you guys enter one of the dairy barns, and you find there was a firefight in here, and a number of dairy cattle have been shot dead. And as you're sneaking around, you end up coming on one of the like the stalls where the animals are, and you find some dead Union members in there that had they were clearly in the middle of a firefight, and they were shot dead in some of the stalls, along with the dead cattle. And then as you're searching, you end up finding one who's still alive, and it is a Chilean. Dun dun dun! Somebody got their wish.
Okay. It's a Chilean cat. I don't know if you met Chilean, but they're pretty awesome super people. Chilean, are you okay? What do you need help?
Well, the guy's been it's a guy who's been shot multiple times, but he's still alive. It looks like his it says take his weapons. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, his he's still alive. It looks like his Chilean physiology handled the attack way better than the other guys, but he's going to need medical attention.
We have med kits.
Yep.
We need to provide him with help with some medicine.
Alex, you had the better medical skill, right?
Well, I'm not sure about better, but I was the one that carried that initially from the shuttle.
Yeah, because I think JP having a low willpower on his character would not be would actually have a penalty, but he can provide you a skill point if you wanted to try to bring this guy back up.
Here.
So yeah,
I'll
see
give
about
you a skill point.
Oh,
That's yours. I don't need it.
so
All right.
yeah, I'll see about treating him.
Oh yeah, Barry's asking a question. 1 or 2 med kits? Because
I think we only had one.
Well, no, you have 1 med kit with 8 injections remaining.
Oh, are you sure it's 8? Isn't
Well,
it
well,
like
remember
7
we
or
used
such?
2 on Kratos.
Yes.
Oh, so actually then 6 left.
No, we started off with 10, and we used 2 on Kratos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you guys have 8 injections left.
So I'll use since he's been shot several times, I'll use 2.
Okay, and he's a common one of the common races, so the injections are already the nanomachines in the injection are already programmed to adapt for his physiology.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So 19 on the dice.
With the D4
plus 2, so 21.
Okay, good. Yeah. So get roll 2d10, and because you rolled so high, I'll give you plus 2 on the healing as well.
Oh, nice. So first one 7, second one 7, so 16 total.
Okay. So, all right. Okay. So he blinks his eyes a little bit, and then he looks up at you guys, and the two of you, and he says, "Who are you?"
Yo, I'm Jay Pulio, and this is my pal Cat.
Are you with the Union?
Oh yes, we are with the well, I am with the Union. This dude was. Let's not get into that, but he's with us.
Says,
Fair enough.
"Thank you. We've been saved," and he just passes out again. And that's where we cut to black and we start running the little blue credits.
I was just gonna high five him.
Yeah. And then we will pick it up next time.
Well, we can just get rid of Crouton. If we have a Salan on our team, it's basically like having Superman.
All right. So I have not been able to secure a permanent fourth member. So I actually wanted to put something out there. We have a number of people that have been very active in the chat, so we're interested in the show. I'd like to see if anybody would like to join us on the next episode as a guest. And
that'd be great.
Get some audience involved. So I think probably the thing to do would be to reach out to JP.
Just message me. Patreon is the best. If you're a patron, I think it should go to a patron first.
I agree.
So if you're a patron or become a patron, just message me on Patreon. Yes. And then we'll work it out where you can at least be a guest, at least for one episode, as long as you survive.
Well, we have two possible NPCs. We have the Chilean soldier, and we also have Kratos.
Yeah, it'd be great to have, as characters pop up, have people play those characters.
Yes,
and then as long as they survive or stay with the team, and then if they die or whatever, goodbye. And then if another player shows up, another NPC, then we'll get another player on.
Yeah. And then we'll so as far as like next episode, I'm not sure. We'd have to probably work it out because our last attempt to schedule an episode ended up not it got delayed a couple weeks more than we wanted because JP had to go to a wedding.
Yeah, I did. It was very, very hot.
I bet.
Temperature wise.
I would not be let's see, on the end. Well, we could conceivably get in 2 episodes this month because I've got a show at the end of the month, but we missed one. We'll have to play it by ear, but I wouldn't be opposed to doing it the following weekend, the weekend of the 20th, if everybody's available.
I should be fine. The only thing I have planned this month is something on the next week on the 13th.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm pretty open to schedule anything.
Well, I
for you guys before other stuff.
I promised my wife we'd go car shopping next weekend, so I have to keep next weekend open.
Well, that's perfect for me.
Yeah, we're looking to get a vehicle.
Sounds good to me. How about you, Chaz?
All right.
Yep, I'm as far as I know, I'm good.
Let us tentatively pencil that in. We'll play it by ear. We'll stay a little flexible. We obviously have to. But
and then the patrons, just send me a message if you want to play one of these NPCs, and you'll stay as long as you can survive.
And then the last thing I want to say is that my wife and I are going to be attending. Shoot, I just realized I don't have the name of it queued up. Let me just check that real quick. There's a Comic-Con in Medford, Oregon. Yeah, Medford Comic-Con. What is it called? Meadowlark. We are going to be at the Meadowlark Comic-Con on the 27th and 28th of this month. If anybody lives in Northern California or Southern Oregon is going to be there, we'd love to have people stop by and say hi. Should be a good time. Yeah.
Go have a good time, everybody. Get over there. Take your vehicles. Ride your bikes.
Yep.
And that's once again on the 26th to the 28th, right?
Well, 27th, 28th is when the show is. And then we're traveling on the 26th to get there. It's a little bit of a drive. And then, so the last thing I want to say, by the way, before we, so special thanks to Red Shark Miniatures for providing the miniature for Benny. And also provided the miniature that's going to be used for some of our NPCs, which is this little guy. I still have to get him painted, but he'll be representing some of our, that one will be some of our martial NPCs. And then also we, so I made a joke referring to Alex's character standing off to the side doing this. If anybody's a fan of the Gamers film series, yeah, they just successfully had a Kickstarter for Gamers 4. Finally, that damn movie's they're finally going to get the sequel. So
it always takes time for fan stuff.
Yeah. JP, when I suggested the Gamers movies, did you ever check them out?
I haven't checked it out yet. I haven't checked out pretty much anything as of yet. I'm so
Okay,
busy and trying to figure stuff out. But eventually, hopefully within a week or so, I'll have my dream job, which will allow me to not only get everything settled, but it'll give me time to start, doing all these fun things. Well, maybe go to a convention every once in a while.
Hey,
that would be amazing.
If you want to come out to our neck of the woods, you're certainly welcome. We'll definitely get you into the show. But yeah, the Gamers movies, just search the Gamers on YouTube, and you will laugh yourself silly. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They did their Kickstarter just pretty recently. Yeah, made over $500,000 through their Kickstarter fund.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've known the creator of the series for years, and his films directly actually inspired this role playing game. So
nice. Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
next time I go on the. Did you say it's on YouTube or?
It's on YouTube. Just type in the Gamers. Alex, maybe you could put like a quick link in the chat for that, but for the playlist. But yeah, the first movie was a little bit low production value because they made it in college. But good Lord, is it well written?
That sometimes is all you need.
Yeah, and it's so funny, and they do a good job with the gag of what to do with the player that doesn't show up. And then Alex and I actually had worked on the third movie when that was in production. And so for us, it's like having the fourth one finally coming out is important because they left us on an effing cliffhanger. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. I'm still mad at The Next Generation for that board cliffhanger. What was it, between season 3 and season 4?
There's a part where Patrick Stewart talks about somebody pulled up next to his car in California one day and it's like, "You ruined our summer."
Yeah, I believe it because I remember that summer. I was like, "Oh, I can't wait for the next season." What happened?
Yeah, Mr.
Rucker said fire. Yeah, fire.
Yeah, and then it's like, dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
oh my God,
I can hear it right now.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say that this was a lot of fun today. We continued our adventure. I don't know what we would title. I mean, I'm just going to call it episode 3. But what would you name it, Woody, if you could name this episode?
Oh my God, I've not been thinking like that because you don't know until afterwards because you don't know what these guys are going to do.
Yeah.
So,
when chupacabras attack.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I like it when the titles have a nice pun, a little wordplay, and I don't necessarily. I'm not really good at that, in the moment. I admire people heavily that can do that. So, but
well, I was glad to meet Crouton. He seems like he'll be a valuable member of the team. Hopefully, this alliance works out.
Yeah, yeah. You're certainly helping to support the alliance for sure. Yeah.
Well, maybe Crouton's on the Union side, and he'll show up in season 4. Actually, might help us out with this whole Krill situation going on.
Possibly so. I guess that depends if certain members of the cast are watching our show. So, all right. Well,
they're all watching right now. They're all watching.
I sure hope so. I sure hope Seth is watching. That'd be amazing. All right. Well, hey, if you ever get a chance to interview, then bring it up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I will get the chance. I just have to get the time. And then of course they have to be. Some of them are busy right now, but eventually they're going to be busy doing Orville stuff, and they're going to want to talk about the Orville with talking the Orville. That's what we do here. But thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, audience, for playing along and providing a lot of help for us, and also guiding us through the adventure. You guys are an important part of it as well. And anybody else have anything to say? Anything to plug before I pull the plug?
I think we've pretty much done it. I mean, if the RPG looks like fun, you can check out a copy at miniaturedragon.com. We recently updated it so you can get digital downloads, which is super cool.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks again. If you want to support Talking the Orville through all of its shenanigans with YouTube going on right now, there is links in the description of this video. Of course, there's the very important super chat link at the top of the chat. You click on that and support in any way that you feel comfortable supporting. And if you want to be part of the fun and you're a patron, just give me a shout out over there and say, hey, you want to play Crouton, or you want to play this new Slaying character we just met, which will hopefully be a big, awesome deal. And I'll see you all very soon. And remember, we all do better when we all do better together. And we're all together. Love you. Bye-bye.
Good night, folks.
Good night. And